From a tribe to an empire. Rest video is purement para intratnamento wino infringed de recos de autor aniles. Los de recos de la novela y la imagen son del autor original, no reclamamos propiedad. Note gusta esperar y quieres escuchar este fanfic completo ahora. Suscríbete a nuestro Patreon, donde encontrarás los mejores fanfics. Chapter 77. Exclusive skill, Shadow Dragon Armor. A pleasant system sound sounded. Then, the skill attribute appeared in front of him. Dark Domain attribute. Enemy targets in the domain are prohibited from restoring health points, and the death of enemies in the domain will restore health points and magic points for clay. The scope of the domain depends on the level. Description. The exclusive ability of the Black Dragon Queen, even the dragon cannot completely resist it. Restoring health points is prohibited in the domain. After checking the skill attributes, Qin Yan couldn't help but applaud. Because in the Empire era, the most disgusting troops may be healing troops such as priests and priests. For example, when you were about to attack a city. The opponent will let the heavy shield army with the strongest defense capability in the territory line up under the city wall, and then arrange a lot of nurses to hide in the territory for crazy treatment. You finally beat the enemy to a pulp, but after a few healing holy lights, the health points are directly restored. Even more powerful, they still have resurrection magic in their hands. And the main thing is that the opponent is still hiding in the city. With the protection of various defensive buildings, you can't do anything to them. This is simply too much to cry about. But now Clay has awakened this racial ability. In the future, when sieges, you only need to cover the dark field, and all enemies will not be able to recover their health points, and it will be completely easy to attack the city. And Qin Yan still remembers the black flame dragon breath spewed out by Clay. It can also cause continuous damage to the enemy. Blood is lost continuously, but the health points cannot be restored. And after the enemy dies, it can also provide various recovery for Clay. After closing the skill attribute panel, Qin Yan still couldn't calm down for a long time. It can be said that in the dark field, Clay is close to an invincible existence. Raw. At this time, as if sensing Qin Yan's thoughts, Clay in the air suddenly spread her wings, and the rich shadow energy suddenly surged out, covering the sky of the sun. Boom. 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 Thunderous roars sounded one after another. In an instant, the dark domain enveloped Qin Yan. But he felt it. Being in the dark domain, he did not feel the darkness at all. On the contrary, his perception in all aspects seemed to be improved. Yin. And at this moment, a crisp dragon roar suddenly came from Qin Yan's body. Then, all the dark energy in the dark domain rushed into Qin Yan's body. The dark energy entered the body, but it was not as cold as expected. On the contrary, Qin Yan's blood surged, as if it had been nourished. Until the end. Under Qin Yan's astonished eyes. The dark energy directly condensed on the surface of his body to form a layer of energy film that seemed to be real. Ding dong. Congratulations to player Qin Yan, you have obtained the exclusive skill from the Black Dragon Clay, Shadow Dragon Armor. Shadow Dragon Armor. Dark magic resistance, increased by 100%. What? Resistance increased by 100%? When the voice sounded, Qin Yan was stunned on the spot. He never thought that after the little black dragon awakened the racial ability of the dark domain, it actually provided him with a special skill. And this special skill called Shadow Dragon Armor is so powerful, 100% resistance to dark magic. As long as it is dark magic, it can't cause any harm to Qin Yan. Completely immune. This is the power of the dragon race's special skills. Thank you, Clay! Roar. In the air, the little black dragon also kept flapping its wings. Obviously, being able to provide attribute bonuses for the master Qin Yan also made her feel extremely excited. And it is worth mentioning. After the little black dragon completed the awakening, her body grew wildly again. 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters. It was not until 20 meters that Clay's body finally stopped. Compared with before awakening, it doubled again. It has become a real behemoth. It has just reached level 10. At only level 10, it has such a huge body. If it reaches level 20, level 30, or even level 50, how huge will Clay's body become? Even Qin Yan found it hard to imagine. And with the level increase and successful awakening, Clay's originally extremely powerful attributes have increased again. Clay gender. Female. Age. Teenager. Race. Black Dragon. Identity. Black Dragon Queen. Grade. 14th level. Level. LV10 health. 50,000 magic. 8,000 attack, 600-800 defense, 600 constitution, 300 strength, 300 agility, 300 intelligence, 300 racial talent, magic immunity. Racial ability. Black Flame Breath, Dark Domain Dog Racial Restraint. Queen's Coercion. Exclusive ability. As the level increases, the exclusive ability of the Black Dragon Queen will be awakened. Master Qin Yan. This is simply invincible. Qin Yan looked at the attribute panel of Clay after awakening, and the whole person was stunned for a long time before coming back to his senses. With a full 50,000 health points, the attack, defense and 4 basic attributes are also extremely amazing. It can also be immune to all magic. The dragon breath it spews out is also directly a range of terrifying damage, and the dark domain is filled with dark energy. This makes Clay almost invincible. And this is only the 10th level attribute. As the level continues to increase, and then more Black Dragon Queen racial abilities are awakened, how terrifying will Clay's attributes be in the future? With Clay's size and the terrifying attributes she possesses, she will be Qin Yan's strongest capital to create an indestructible and invincible empire and then rule the entire new era. Roar. The dark storm surged, and Clay's huge body landed in front of Qin Yan, then stretched out her dragon claws and lifted Qin Yan to her head. Buzz. The dark energy fluctuated, and it turned into a throne directly under Qin Yan, making Qin Yan feel like he was looking down on the world. Clay. Having lived 2 lives and experienced countless wars, Qin Yan's mind has long been like steel, but at this moment, he still couldn't hold back his excitement. Let's go! Roar. As soon as the voice fell, Clay soared into the sky. The quiet forest could not meet her upgrade needs at all. Qin Yan was going to take her to explore a new place. And at this moment, in the sky, a graceful figure suddenly appeared in front of him. It was the goddess of nature, Trisna. Master. Fluttering her beautiful elf wings, Trisna came to Qin Yan and reported, "The location of the vampire castle has been determined!" Oh? Qin Yan couldn't help but smile with satisfaction. Very good. The key to the power of vampires lies in their terrifying blood-sucking ability. But now, the dark realm that Clay awakened just happened to be able to prohibit the recovery of life points. Chapter 78. Raid on the Vampire Castle. Who? Despite her huge body, Clay's speed is still amazing. Under the guidance of Trisna. Not long after, they left the quiet forest and officially set foot on the Dark Swamp map. Warning. You have entered the Dark Swamp. This map is extremely dangerous. Please stay alert at all times. The system prompt sounded, causing Qin Yan to frown slightly. In his previous life, although he led the army to camp in the quiet forest, he had never stepped into the dark swamp next to it. And it's not just Qin Yan. Almost all players, even the natives of the continent in the Empire era, would never easily set foot in this area. First of all, the swamp emits methane all the time. These methane gases cannot be diffused and float above the swamp all year round. This causes the entire shadow swamp area to be basically covered by poisonous fog. Ordinary people may die on the spot if they take a few more breaths. If it weren't for the strong attributes of the wolf riders, Qin Yan would never let them set foot in this area. Secondly, because there is no light. The visibility in the dark swamp is very limited. Humans can hardly move in it. On the contrary, the dark attribute monsters living here are like fish in water, and they may attack from the dark at any time, making it difficult to defend. So almost everyone in the previous life would choose to take a detour when they come here. Otherwise, the bones in the swamp would be their fate. Of course. Now these things can't pose any threat to Qin Yan at all. The 100% dark magic resistance increase of the Shadow Dragon armor makes Qin Yan completely immune to the poisonous fogging the air. Clay under him can be said to be the king of the swamp. Black dragons are born with powerful dark vision. The thick black scales on the surface of the body allow them to hide completely in the dark. So Qin Yan just needs to ride Clay. In this dark swamp, he can be at ease. And if I remember correctly, Qin Yan rode on Clay, secretly complaining in his heart. The gate of the abyss also seems to be hidden in the dark swamp. In the previous life, about 10 years had passed since the Empire-era continent came to the real world, and the official suddenly gave out a piece of information. It said that deep underground in the Empire-era continent, there was actually an underground abyss hidden, with many treasures in the abyss. Even if you are strong enough, it is not impossible to recruit demons from it to fight for you. When the news came out, players all over the world went crazy. Countless players gave up building territories and explored underground frantically, hoping to find that gate of the abyss, and then master all the treasures in the abyss, and sign a contract with the demons in the abyss to rule the entire Empire-era continent. But the result is obvious. After decades of searching, the players still have no gains. Until the end, the players finally set their sights on the dark swamp that had never been explored. It is determined that the road to the the underground abyss is hidden in the dark swamp in 9 out of 10 cases. And since then, the skeletons in the dark swamp piled up into a mountain. It was because of this Qin Yan was able to know that there was information about a vampire castle hidden in the dark swamp. If we can really find clues about the underground abyss in the dark swamp. Looking at the extremely dark swamp area below, Qin Yan's eyes flashed with brilliance. Then I don't mind putting this treasure in my pocket in advance. While thinking, Qin Yan couldn't help but look at the Pluto ring in his hand. When this ring is upgraded to a supreme artifact, the player can even directly open the abyss of the underworld. This is the relevant description of the system in the attribute panel of the Hades ring. The abyss of the underworld, the abyss under the ground. Both refer to the abyss. Maybe they refer to the same place. That's possible. After thinking about it for a while, Qin Yan shook his head and regained his mind. Master. At this time, Tristan also came to report. The front is where the wolf cavalry is stationed. As soon as the voice fell. Suddenly, a series of figures appeared in the swamp below. Even in the dark swamp. The soldiers under Qin Yan's command were still well organized. The elves were protected in the center, and then the natural magic shield was blessed for the wolf cavalry. This natural shield can help the wolf cavalry purify the poisonous fog in the air and ensure that they will not be trapped in the swamp. Everyone maintained this formation and welcomed Qin Yan's arrival. Everyone has worked hard. Hovering over the army, Qin Yan said from the bottom of his heart. With such a loyal army, to be honest, Qin Yan did not want to let them suffer any casualties. Of course, Qin Yan would never avoid war because of this. On the contrary, he clearly understood it in his heart. The only way to reduce casualties is to become stronger. Build the most powerful army. Create an indestructible and invincible empire. This is the real way to survive in this chaotic world. So, in order to build a scarlet blood pool, let the subordinate gain powerful blood-sucking ability. Qin Yan looked at the vampire castle in front of him, which was located in the swamp valley, like a demon lurking in the dark, and a trace of coldness flashed in his eyes. I must get the fangs of these vampires in the castle! Prepare to attack. Then, Qin Yan ordered. Yes. As the voice fell. Immediately, the wolf cavalry and the elves maintained their original formation and quickly approached the vampire castle. Although vampires are 5th level creatures, their most relied on is their amazing blood-sucking ability. Qin Yan analyzed the combat power of the vampire again in his mind. As long as clay covers the dark field, this castle can be firmly captured. At this time, a sharp system prompt sounded. Warning. You have entered the hatred range of vampires! Count Dracula, the owner of the vampire castle, is about to lead his vampires to attack your troops. Players, please be vigilant. The voice sounded, and suddenly, a group of night crows suddenly soared into the sky above the vampire castle in front of the army. Then, blood-colored shadows shot out from the castle. The hoarse cry of the night crows and the devilish whispers of the vampires. It makes people shudder. But the wolf cavalry did not retreat at all. On the contrary, everyone raised their weapons at the same time and roared. I'm a person who serves the Supreme Lord and declares your death. The roar was steady and powerful, and the momentum was amazing. Clay. At the same time, Qin Yan also gave an order. Kill them all. Roar. CS escuchando esta novela en un canal distinto a mundo fanfic novelas, significat lo descarga and y subir en cines fuerzos invitamos cordialmente a visitar nuestro canal. Mundo fanfic novelas all encontras la versión original de esta historia y podrás explorar muchas otras novelas de diversos narradores. Te esperamos para sumergirte en un mundo de novelas incredibles. Chapter 79. Triggering the mission again, the Devil's Wrath. Kill them all. Under the dim sky, the horn of war was blown. Attack! Roar. Suddenly, Clay's dragon eyes turned red, and then she flapped her wings and rushed forward. This was the first time she used the dark domain to fight after awakening, and Clay was eager to kill all these vampires. Boom. 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 And in the process of advancing, the dark domain was released immediately. The extremely dense shadow energy rushed out, forming a huge dark storm. In an instant, the dark storm spread hundreds of meters, covering all the vampires pouring out of the castle. The dark domain was shrouded, and any recovery effect was prohibited. And this battle was not beyond Qin Yan's expectations. Although vampires are 5th level soldiers, their basic attributes are very good, and their supernatural speed makes their movements like ghosts. But that's all. Without the extremely powerful blood-sucking ability, it was like a cheetah without sharp teeth. Although the vampires were agile, their lethality was very limited. Roar. Clay flew over the heads of the vampires, and then spit out a breath of dragon's breath downwards, and the dark flames instantly tore the entire team apart. In an instant, nearly 100 vampires died under Clay's dragon breath. Even the vampires who were slightly stained with black flames immediately began to have blisters all over their bodies, and then began to melt little by little, and finally turned directly into a ball of black water. Only a few hideous fangs were left, flashing a faint light. Squeak. The vampires transformed into giant bats and perceived Clay in midair. But there was no blood-sucking and bleeding effect. Clay ignored their damage directly. On the contrary, Clay directly flapped her wings, and the pitch-black dark storm suddenly turned into 2 dragon claws tens of meters long, instantly tearing the vampire bats apart completely. Sure enough. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh. Fighting is the best place to improve combat power. This is the power of top-level creatures. The skill description in the attribute panel can't fully show the real combat power. Because they can use their own abilities in the battle process. It is even very common to awaken again in battle. Roar. At this time, Clay turned back and spit out a mouthful of black flame dragon breath again. Boom. The already fragmented vampire army suffered heavy damage again. But at this time, a golden light suddenly flashed under Clay. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, the black dragon level has been upgraded. The pleasant system sound came, making Qin Yan feel very satisfied. As the queen of black dragons, Clay's qualifications are comparable to the top of the continent, and her growth attributes are extremely amazing. With each level up, the combat power will be improved overall. It can be seen that fighting is the best place to improve experience. At the same time, Qin Yan's ears, pleasant system sounds also rang one after another. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Vampire Fan 1! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Vampire Fan 1! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Vampire Fan 1. When the voice came, Qin Yan immediately clicked on the progress of the Scarlet Blood Pool materials. 324, 500. It had not been more than 2 minutes since the battle started. The progress of collecting vampire fangs had already exceeded half a. This shows how terrifying Clay's lethality is. And at this time, Qin Yan also noticed that from the shadows in the vampire castle, a man wearing a noble dress and a black outer and blood-red high-collared cloak walked out. Obviously, this is the owner of the castle, Count Dracula. Count Dracula level, LV20 rank, 5th order leader level. Race, vampire. Attack power, 150-200 defense power, 120 health value, 15,000 magic value, 4,000 talent. Night steps. Agility will be increased by an additional 25% in the dark environment, and can be transformed into a flying vampire bat. Skills. Blood flow. Draw blood from the enemy's body to restore a large amount of health for yourself. Skills. Blood slavery. Summon a large number of vampires to fight for you. As long as the health value is sufficient, this skill can be released infinitely. Description. The vampire count has a deadly blood-sucking ability and a noble status. It is best not to approach his castle without permission. 5 order leader level, the attributes and skills are also very powerful. After reading the attributes of the vampire count, Qin Yan was also amazed. If this happened in the previous life, he would definitely be a ruthless person who could destroy the player's territory in an instant. But the count's next action made Qin Yan happy. I saw endless blood gushing out of the count's body, which looked very hideous and terrifying. The next moment, the blood condensed and dozens of new vampires appeared again. At the same time, the battle alarm sounded. Warning. Count Dracula is about to release the blood slavery skill. Successful release can summon a large number of vampires. System prompt. This skill can be interrupted. Players are requested to prepare countermeasures in advance. Interrupt. The voice came, but Qin Yan's mouth curled up slightly. Why interrupt? Anyway, the new vampires summoned. For Clay, it's just a matter of a breath of dragon's breath. On the contrary, the more vampires summoned, the faster their fangs will be collected. It will also be faster to meet the construction qualifications of the Scarlet Blood Pool. This. Why not? Clay. So, Qin Yan immediately ordered, don't leave any dog raw. The dragon breath was rampant. The vampires that the count had just summoned were instantly melted into blood. Squeak. Seeing this scene, Count Dracula immediately transformed into a vampire bat and prepared to escape. But how could Clay allow this to happen? Without Qin Yan's order, she rushed up on the spot and melted it on the spot with a mouthful of black flame dragon breath. The leader was killed, and the remaining vampires immediately scattered. But before they took a few steps, they were directly pierced by the mithril spears thrown by the wolf cavalry. Then, a pleasant system sound came. Ding dong. Found a knownless vampire castle. Do you want to occupy it immediately? Occupy. At the same time, the mysterious system power swept over. The vampire fans on the ground were also all retracted into the lord space of Qin Yan. But before Qin Yan started to create the scarlet blood pool. At this moment, a sharp system sound suddenly rang in Qin Yan's ears. Warning. Because you killed Count Dracula, you successfully triggered the SSS level large-scale main campaign mission, Devil's Fury. Chapter 80. Little guy, you are no weaker than the devil. Another SSS level main campaign mission. The voice came, making Qin Yan slightly stunned. He didn't expect that after Clay killed Count Dracula, the mission would suddenly be triggered. And just like the last time she conquered the elves, it also involved the main line of the continent. This was something Qin Yan didn't expect. At this time, the mission introduction was also presented in front of him. Devil's Fury mission difficulty. SSS level. Mission content. Night Demon Queen Luminas will attack your territory in 24 hours. Players can complete the mission and get rich rewards if they successfully resist. Mission introduction. Although the Night Rose Palace was blown away by the storm dragon Voltura, Night Demon Queen Luminas, as one of the Demon Kings, has never given up the plan to rule the entire continent. Count Dracula and his vampire castle are part of her plan. Mission tips. If the player can defeat Night Demon Queen Luminas, he can get an additional special reward. Mission countdown. 23 hours, 59 minutes and 23 seconds. It's that guy. After checking the task introduction, Qin Yan couldn't help but frown slightly. Luminas, the legendary Night Demon Queen. In the previous life, she was one of the famous Demon Kings. Qin Yan still remembers that at the time, Luminas established the Western Holy Church on the mainland to protect humans, so she was worshipped as a god by the residents of the mainland. But when foreign players joined the Holy Church, they found out through the game system's attributes that her true body was actually a vampire Demon King. And her real purpose of protecting humans is just for rations and food. After all, for vampires, the quality of human blood that lives and works in peace and contentment is the best. After those foreign players saw through Lumina's true identity, they all automatically accepted the task of killing the Demon King. Qin Yan rubbed his temples. But before they took action, Luminous had already noticed it and slaughtered all the players that day. I didn't expect that this Count Dracula would be her subordinate. To be honest, this is a big trouble. In his previous life, although Qin Yan had never really dealt with Luminous, judging from the fact that the other party slaughtered tens of thousands of players in one day, he was definitely one of the most brutal demons. Such a powerful enemy will attack the territory in 24 hours. Even Qin Yan couldn't help but take it seriously. Master. At this time, Clay landed beside Qin Yan, and looking at the serious look on Qin Yan's face, she immediately lowered her head. Clay, did Clay do something wrong? After the Blood Awakening, Clay was able to communicate with Qin Yan, but because she was still a teenager, Clay still had a girlish personality. Of course not. Seeing Clay like this, Qin Yan couldn't help but smile. Clay, you worked hard just now. Really? Clay was slightly stunned at first, but after seeing the smile on Qin Yan's face, she immediately flapped her wings. That's great. Clay likes the master the most. But she forgot how big her body was. The dozens of meters long wings flapped, and Qin Yan suddenly felt that he was about to be swallowed by the tornado. Stop, stop. Hearing Qin Yan shout, and seeing Qin Yan's messy hair blown by the wind, the little black dragon immediately sat on the ground again, and then stretched out his dragon claws to cover his eyes, with a look of no hope in life, which made Qin Yan couldn't help but touch Clay's head. Little guy, you are not weaker than the Demon King. Indeed. With Clay's current attributes, plus the innate dragon power. Even if she really faces the Night Demon Queen, she will definitely have the strength to fight. Moreover, it has been clearly stated in the mission introduction. The Night Demon Queen Luminas will launch an attack on Valina in 24 hours. This means Qin Yan still has a whole day to continue to strengthen the comprehensive strength of Valina. With the current attributes of the Wolf Riders, this day is enough for Qin Yan to do a lot of things. At the same time, in the Quiet Forest, the reconstruction of the elf tribe has gradually stabilized. The powerful elf army is also being produced continuously. Moreover, the most important thing is in these 24 hours, Clay's level can be upgraded again. Previously, Clay took less than 2 hours to go from level 1 to level 10. Now it's a full 24 hours. Qin Yan has absolute confidence that during this period, Clay's strength will definitely be upgraded by at least 1 level again. And from the mission description, the battle between Luminous and the Storm Dragon did not take any advantage at all. As a dragon, Clay is the queen of the Black Dragon. Then Qin Yan has reason to believe. As long as Clay's strength is strong enough, even the Vampire Demon King can still suppress it steadily. And by the time. If you exceed the mainline task of the 3 yes levels, you may get another chance to extract the god level treasure. This is also very likely. Thinking of this, Qin Yan's face was suddenly full of fighting spirit. Roar. Feeling Qin Yan's emotional changes, Clay also suddenly raised her head and let out a dragon roar. The roar was earth-shaking. The entire dark swamp was agitated because of it. At this time, a pleasant system sound rang in my ears. Ding dong. It is detected that the player has the qualifications to build the Scarlet Blood Pool square bracket. Do you want to build it immediately? Is there any need to ask this? Qin Yan's original purpose of stepping into the dark swamp was to come for the Scarlet Blood Pool. Build it now. Without any hesitation, Qin Yan immediately ordered. The voice fell. Not long after. Ding. Congratulations to the player, the Scarlet Blood Pool has been built. When the voice came, the wolf cavalry guarding the surroundings of the vampire castle suddenly had a blood-red light in their eyes. The light flashed and disappeared. But the extremely powerful blood-sucking ability remained in the soldiers' bodies permanently. Blood-sucking ability increased by 25%. At the same time, when the blood volume is reduced, the effect of the blood contract will be triggered. Survival and combat capabilities have all been qualitatively improved. Coupled with the powerful mithril armor and the enchanted attribute bonus. Even fighting against opponents of higher levels is not impossible. This made Qin Yan very satisfied. But at this moment, Clay suddenly raised her head and growled in the direction of the vampire castle. Is there still a fish that has slipped through the net? Qin Yan also immediately turned his eyes over. But he found. From the vampire castle, a beautiful girl staggered out. And judging from her appearance, she seemed to be human. Chapter 81. The true ancestor of the Blood Clan, short hair. Chapter 81. The true ancestor of the Blood Clan, short hair. Third update, please customize identity. Human girl. Race. Human. Age. 12 years old. Description. A human girl who was about to undergo the first embrace ceremony, but was interrupted by the attack launched by the player Qin Yan. Okay, it turns out that I interrupted her. After checking the girl's introduction, Qin Yan was slightly embarrassed. The first embrace ceremony refers to the process in which a vampire drains the blood of a human and then injects his own blood into the human's body, repeatedly turning the human into a vampire. And now. The skin of the human girl in front of him was as pale as a corpse that had been soaked in water for several days, but under the skin, black blood veins could be clearly seen, all over the body, like the claws of a demon. This was the manifestation of the vampire's blood burning and generating heat. But it stands to reason. Closing the girl's attribute panel, Qin Yan was a little confused. After all the vampires in the castle were killed, she should not be alive until now. But just when Qin Yan was confused, suddenly, a system prompt came. Ding. The girl's tenacious will to live has caused special changes in her body. It might be a good choice to subdue her. Oh. When the voice came, Qin Yan's mouth curled up slightly. The system actually gave a prompt. Based on the experience of 2 lives, Qin Yan immediately determined that the girl in front of him was definitely not that simple. It is very likely that this is a special benefit set up specifically for the strategy at the vampire castle. Of course. It is not ruled out that the lucky child's god level talent is at work. But in short, subdue her is definitely right. And at this time, the girl seemed to have identified Qin Yan, and staggered into Qin Yan's arms with her last strength. Save me, doll. Yeah. When the extremely weak voice came, Qin Yan's expression suddenly became solemn. In the name of the Lord of Vailina, I give you the name Sholtire. As soon as the voice fell. The girl in his arms suddenly widened her eyes. Buzz. 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 Then, a low roar came from her body. The black blood veins under the girl's skin, which looked like the claws of a demon, seemed to come alive and surged wildly. Plop. Plop. Then, the heart-pounding sound of the heartbeat came. At the same time. The girl called Sholtire by Qin Yan burst out with countless brilliant golden lights all over her body, and a fierce aura surged out. Then, the pleasant system sound rang. Ding dong. Congratulations to player Qin Yan. When you gave Sholtire a name, Sholtire successfully awakened as the true ancestor of the Blood Clan. What? evolved into the true ancestor of the Blood Clan. When the voice came, Qin Yan couldn't help but look very excited, because he knew the meaning of the true ancestor of the Blood Clan. The true ancestor of the Blood Clan is the ancestor of the Vampire Blood Clan, and is the nickname of the strongest king of the Vampire Clan. Whether in terms of vitality or combat power, it is countless times stronger than ordinary vampires. Even if it is pierced through the heart and killed, it can still be resurrected, and it can also continuously differentiate into a new Blood Clan. It can be said that it is equivalent to the army of a country. Even the luminous vampire demon king may not be as powerful as Shorthair. An unintentional naming actually resulted in a subordinate with such powerful strength. How could Qin Yan not be excited about this? Then the attribute panel of Shorthair after evolution was also displayed in front of Qin Yan. Name: Shorthair. Identity: true ancestor of the Blood Clan. Race: Blood Clan. Master: Qin Yan. Grade: 10th grade. Level: LV10. Attack: 240, 320 defense, 200 health, 20,000 magic, 8,000 attributes, strength 150, constitution 150, agility 150, intelligence 150, loyalty 100 on hundreds, lifelong follow, talent, blood siphon. Any damage caused to the enemy will be restored to its own health in the form of 100% talent. Blood fountain. Health is restored horribly every moment. Skills: summoning livestock, blood differentiation, mind control, blood hunting, blood pool. Summoning livestock. Can summon various monsters. Blood differentiation. Can continuously differentiate new vampires. Mind control. Control the enemy's mind and make the enemy controlled by oneself. Blood hunting. When facing a target unit with a health percentage lower than your own, the damage is increased by 90%. Blood pool. It can absorb the life of any enemy and store it, and it can also continuously extract energy from it, and even burst out instantly. Description: as the true ancestor of the Blood Clan, Shorthair has extremely amazing vitality and combat power, and can be called immortal. Of course, she is absolutely loyal to the player Qin Yan. Immortal. After reading Shorthair's attributes, Qin Yan couldn't help but secretly exclaimed, "It can really be said to be immortal." First, Shorthair's two talents, Blood Siphon and Blood Source, superimposed on each other, make her almost non-threatening to die. In addition, the 5 skills that Shorthair mastered also make her lethality extremely amazing. Especially the ultimate skill of the Blood Pool. The energy stored on weekdays bursts out in an instant. How terrifying will the power be? Master. At this time, Shorthair had completely mastered the new power, and then came to Qin Yan and knelt on one knee. "Thank you for your kindness, Master. Shorthair will do her best to fulfill any of your requests. And there is one more thing that must be mentioned. In addition to the huge improvement in strength. During the evolution process, Shorthair's appearance has become more and more beautiful. Her skin is fair and delicate, her appearance is stunning, her long silver hair is tied on one side and falls down, and her deep red eyes exude a charming breath. She is wearing a soft black evening dress with a big puffy skirt, a short cardigan with lace and ribbons on her upper body, and long lace gloves on her hands. What a delicate and lovely girl, Lily. Well, I believe you. Nodding, Qin Yan's face showed a satisfied smile. "Get up quickly. No matter who it is impossible to resist your girl, Lily." Qin Yan is no exception. But at this time, Shorthair seemed to suddenly remember something and turned and rushed into the vampire castle. When he came out, he had an exquisite treasure chest in his hand. The treasure chest was made of unknown materials, and the surface was covered with vein-like patterns, which looked mysterious. Master. After walking out of the castle, Shorthair immediately came to Qin Yan, and then knelt on one knee. "This is your trophy. Ding dong." A knownless treasure chest was detected. "Do you want to open it immediately? Open." Out the voice fell. The treasure chest slowly opened. A dark light flashed. Then, a pleasant system sound came. Ding dong. Congratulations to player Qin Yan, you opened the treasure chest and obtained a rare equipment blueprint, full energy barrier 1! Full energy barrier ? Is it that shield? Chapter 82. Powerful shield, full energy barrier. The treasure chest opened. A dark light flickered. Then, a complete blueprint appeared in front of Qin Yan. Full energy barrier grade. Purple equipment. Defense. Plus 200 strength. Plus 50 constitution. Plus 50 additional effect. Evil energy. There is a chance to completely resist the attack that is about to be taken. Additional effect. Full energy backlash. After the shield blocks successfully, the full energy will backlash the enemy, weakening all its attributes. Additional effect. Transfiguration. The shield can be transformed on the surface of the arm. The transformation state will not affect the user's actions, and it will automatically appear when needed. Additional effect triggered by the god level talent of the chosen son. Construction materials. Gold coins 500, Earth Dragon horns 10. Description. It can help players build a heavy shield legion. It is a very rare and precious equipment blueprint, but players must have a sufficient number of Earth Dragon horns to be qualified to build this equipment. I didn't expect it to be a full barrier shield. After checking the attributes of the blueprint, Qin Yan looked extremely excited. Doesn't that mean that the heavy shield legion that shocked the world in the previous life will be monopolized by me in advance? Qin Yan was so excited because someone had obtained this shield in the previous life. That was a Chinese player. After he obtained the full shield, he quickly built a huge heavy shield legion. The shield blessing directly provides a 200-point defense bonus, and the strength and physique attributes are also increased by 50 points each. According to the average strength of the player's armies at the time. The attribute bonuses provided by the full barrier can only be described as terrifying. In addition to the attributes. The shield itself has two additional effects, evil energy and full backlash, which make the heavy shield legion almost invincible. Under such circumstances. The Chinese player spent less than a few months to build a huge empire ranked 10th in the world. This shows how powerful this shield is. And now. The shield Qin Yan opened from the treasure chest was this one. In addition to the original attribute bonus, the transfiguration function was also triggered. When not needed, the shield will automatically transform on the surface of the arm, which will not affect the user's actions, and the attribute bonus provided will still exist. When you were about to encounter danger, the evil barrier shield can be actively displayed. It is extremely convenient. And this shows. After closing the equipment blueprint attribute, Qin Yan's heart still couldn't calm down for a long time. Not only can I monopolize the heavy shield legion in advance, but the legion's combat power will be even stronger. Master. Yat this time, Shortire saw the joyful smile on Qin Yan's face after opening the treasure chest, and she couldn't help but look very excited. Then let's set off now. Why I know where those earth dragons are, they live in this swamp. Then, before Qin Yan asked, Shortire said again with a firm look. After speaking, Shortire's originally fair face quickly became ruddy because of being too excited, and her tightly clenched hands couldn't help but tremble slightly. Oh? That's great. Qin Yan didn't really notice Shortire's mood changes. His mind was focused on that sentence, and he couldn't help but praise. Shortire helped a lot this time. To be honest, Qin Yan didn't expect that Shortire would know the location of the Earth Dragon. It seems that in the process of Blood Awakening, she also mastered many unknown secrets and information. As for the news that the Earth Dragon lives in the Dark Swamp, Qin Yan also expressed his belief. Because if you remembered correctly, the time when the Chinese player in the previous life obtained the shield of the evil barrier. It seems that it was when the players searched the entire continent but couldn't find that gate of the abyss, and finally all concentrated on the Dark Swamp. I guess he also attacked the vampire castle during the exploration of the Dark Swamp, and then obtained the shield blueprint. Thinking of this, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh again. I didn't expect that by accident, I got the shield in my hands in advance. This is really a great thing. But then, Qin Yan couldn't help but look a little confused. I remember that after the Chinese player obtained the evil energy barrier shield, it didn't seem to attract the crusade of the Night Demon Queen Luminous. The same thing, but different results in 2 lives. This made Qin Yan frown slightly. Because this means. Qin Yan landed on the Empire Era continent in advance, and will also face more powerful dangers. Future plans must be considered more comprehensively. But compared with the benefits of landing in advance, those dangers are nothing at all. Landing in advance, all kinds of precious resources are in the state of no owner. There is no need to worry about others competing for it. And there are some special things. For example, the Gate of the Abyss mentioned earlier. When the official information was given, it was mentioned that the Gate of the Abyss will slowly sink over time. Age of Empires has just been launched. The location of the Gate of the Abyss will definitely not be very deep. If it is really hidden in the Dark Swamp, then Qin Yan has a great chance to successfully conquer the underground abyss that all players in the previous life have been thinking about day and night during this exploration of the Dark Swamp. But the first task now. First build the shield of the full energy barrier. Only when the subordinates are strong enough can they have the capital drop. At the same time, in the process of the strategy. Clay's level can also be continuously improved. Then now. Thinking of this, Qin Yan immediately rode on Clay's back, and then raised his arm. Let's go! Roar. The voice fell. Accompanied by a thunderous roar, the huge body of the black dragon suddenly rose into the air. On the ground. Shorthair also came to the front of the team immediately, and then began to gather blood power. Then, blood surged. Large groups of blood livestock appeared one after another. Then they rushed towards the extremely dark swamp in front. They were fed by blood, and their combat power was very good. And after death, they could be resurrected by Shorthair continuously. It was the best choice to use them to open the way. And at such a fast marching speed. Not long after, a sharp system sound rang in my ears. Warning. You have entered the Earth Dragon's cave! This place is extremely dangerous, please be vigilant. The voice sounded, and suddenly huge black shadows appeared in front of them one after another. It was a huge Earth Dragon. Roar. Seeing the enemy, Clay couldn't help but roar to the sky, showing the majestic dragon power without any concealment. Then, the hunt began. Chapter 83. Heavy Shield Core begins to be built. Chapter 83. Heavy Shield Core begins to build. Fifth update, please subscribe. These evil earth dragons in the magic cave are also very large. At least more than 10 meters. With powerful limbs and a sharp horn on the forehead. If they were on the ground, they would definitely not get any advantage if they fought head on with them. Woo! Feeling the majestic dragon power, the earth dragons in the magic cave were immediately terrified. Not only because of the terrifying aura emitted by Clay. More importantly, it came from the suppression of blood. After all, among the dragons, the status of earth dragons is the lowest. Even a two-legged flying dragon has a certain bloodline of dragons and griffins. But the level of earth dragons is not even as good as that of flying dragons. Not to mention facing a real dragon. They have no courage to fight at all. What's more, Clay is not an ordinary dragon. She is the Black Dragon Queen. The only Black Dragon Queen on the entire continent. Even among the Black Dragons, Clay has an absolute dominance. Compared with these Earth Dragons. Whether it is the difference in dragon level or in reality. There is a world of difference. There is no comparison at all. Clay. Qin Yan roughly estimated the difference in combat power between Clay and these Earth Dragons in his mind, and then immediately ordered, attack. Roar. Clay flew over the heads of the earth dragons, and then spit out a breath of dragon's breath downwards, and the dark flames swept across. In an instant, dozens of earth dragons died under the dragon's breath. The black flames burned fiercely. In an instant, the huge body of the earth dragon turned directly into ashes. Only the horn on their foreheads was left, flickering on the ground, waiting for the players to collect it. And it should be said that facing a crushing enemy, after the death of their companions, the first reaction of the creatures is to start fleeing. But the remaining earth dragons in the magic cave can't do it. Because they don't even have the courage to flee. As long as Clay doesn't take back the dragon's might, they can't even do it automatically. This is the extremely domineering blood suppression between the same race. If it is a battle with creatures of other races, there may be a little resistance. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh in his heart. But for the dragon race with blood inheritance, these earth dragons will only end up being melted by Clay's dragon breath. Roar. So, under the absolute invincible suppression. Clay only attacked 6 waves and wiped out all the earth dragons in the magic cave. Even if it weren't for the narrow terrain and Clay's inconvenience in flying, Qin Yan felt that it should be faster. Just at this time, a pleasant system voice came. Found the earth dragon magic cave, do you want to occupy it immediately? Occupy. Without any hesitation, Qin Yan nodded immediately. The earth dragon magic cave is equivalent to the earth dragon nest. Occupying it is equivalent to expanding the overall area of the territory. There are even some specific wild nests. After the strategy is completed, the corresponding military buildings can also be exploded. For example, Qin Yan attacked the super large gold mine before and then built a stable. In addition, after the player occupies these nests, the nest will also provide players with corresponding materials regularly. For example, the earth dragon horn that Qin Yan needs. Although all the earth dragons in the cave were killed by Clay. But as long as this nest belongs to Qin Yan. Then Qin Yan can still obtain earth dragon horns continuously. Even in terms of quantity, it is more than hunting earth dragons. So, after occupying the earth dragon cave, looking at his subordinates who automatically started to clean up the battlefield without being told, Qin Yan felt extremely happy. I will not be limited in quantity in the future, and I can create an unlimited number of full barrier shields. Just at this time, a pleasant system sound came. Ding dong. It is detected that the player has the qualifications to create full barrier. Do you want to create it immediately? Is there any need to ask this? Qin Yan came here for this purpose. Start creating. Almost without hesitation, Qin Yan spoke immediately. As soon as the voice fell. Immediately, pleasant prompt sounds came continuously. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have successfully created full barrier 1. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have successfully created full barrier 1 exclamation mark ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have successfully created full energy barrier 1. A pleasant reminder sound rang out in succession. In the space of Lord Qin Yan, black shields began to pile up. Bang! With a thought, the full energy barrier appeared in his hand, and the sharp bottom slammed into the ground, full of weight. The ground that could withstand the huge body of the earth dragon was easily pierced by the shield. This shows how sharp the edge of the full energy barrier shield is. It is worthy at being a shield made of 10 earth dragon horns. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh. Just like Lana. The horn on the top of each earth dragon's head is the part where they condense evil energy. Even if it suffers huge damage, it is difficult to damage it. The hardness of its horn can be seen. And now. Each evil energy barrier shield is made of a full 10 earth dragon horns. How terrifying is its defensive ability! And in addition. In the center of the surface of the shield, there is also a huge skull symbol engraved. The skull flickers with a light green light, and it looks extremely weird. But Qin Yan knows that this is a sign of abundant evil energy. No matter how terrible the attack the user is about to endure, as long as the evil energy is sufficient, there is a high probability that it can be completely resisted. This is the power of evil energy. And in addition, this shield also has a backlash effect. After successfully blocking the enemy's attack, the evil energy can also be fed back into the enemy's body. The consequence is that all attributes are weakened as a whole. Strength, physique, agility, intelligence, as well as health and magic points, etc. are all weakened. And because this is an equipment special effect. Ordinary purification magic cannot eliminate the weakening effect at all. This is the power of the evil energy barrier. Clan. At this time, as Qin Yan's mind moved, the huge shield in his hand immediately turned into a small skull symbol and appeared on the armor on his arm. The dark sword in Brian's hand slashed past, and the evil energy barrier that hid its true form suddenly appeared. A sword light bounced back along the mithril sword. Snap! Brian suffered direct rebound damage, and at the same time, a faint green light appeared on the surface of his body, and all attributes were already weakened. Haha! Seeing this scene, Qin Yan couldn't help but feel good, and then took out all the shields stacked in the Lord's space. Brian, you distribute these shields? Yes. Soon. A heavy shield army equipped with huge shields gradually took shape. Chapter 84 Pluto's Ring, Clues to Advancement. Bang! Bang! A series of dull sounds came. That was the sound of the giant shield piercing the ground. The evil earth dragons killed by clay, plus the earth dragon cave, made the number of earth dragon horns in Qin Yan's hand reach more than 30,000 according to the ratio of 10:1. In other words. Now at least 3,000 wolf cavalrymen have obtained the shield blessing of the evil energy barrier. Thank you for the gift of the Supreme Lord. At this time, the 3,000 iron cavalrymen stepped forward at the same time. The giant shields in their hands fell heavily to the ground, and then knelt on one knee. We will protect you forever. But the voice fell. Suddenly, the skull symbol in the center of the evil energy barrier in the hands of everyone, the eyes all burst out with strange green flames. Then, an extremely powerful momentum, with the 3,000 iron cavalrymen as the center, radiated to the surroundings. Boom. 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 Wherever it passed, the earth trembled. If you look from Qin Yan's perspective, you will find that at this moment, the skeleton flames emitted by the evil energy barrier in the hands of the 3,000 iron cavalrymen actually condensed into a giant skeleton again in the air above their heads. In the eye sockets of the giant skeleton, two groups of cold flames flickered. It is worthy at being the shield that shocked the entire continent in the previous life. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh in his heart. With such momentum, it may even be able to successfully resist the black flame dragon breath spewed by clay. And the most important thing is. Qin Yan has now occupied the Earth Dragon Demon Cave. Every once in a while, he can obtain a large number of Earth Dragon horns. In other words, the number of iron cavalry will only increase continuously in the future. Even if there is enough time. It is not completely impossible to equip the entire wolf cavalry corps with evil energy barriers. Well. So, Qin Yan opened his mouth and ordered, "Put away all the shields." Clang. The voice fell. Suddenly, the sound of metal collision sounded at the same time. Just like Qin Yan just now. The huge shields held by the soldiers immediately turned into a small skull symbol and appeared on the armor of everyone's arms. This scene made Qin Yan feel very satisfied. With the defense bonus, it will not affect the action at all. It is extremely convenient. How can people not be happy to master such a top quality shield? Ordering the soldiers to start practicing formations, Qin Yan couldn't help stretching. The army has finally been perfected again. Armored Wolf Riders. Ordinary Wolf Riders with flexible raids. Elf Archers shooting magic arrows. It can be said that the blessing of the evil Barra shield. The overall combat power of Qin Yan's army has once again made a qualitative leap. Even in the face of a high-level monster frenzy, it also has the power to fight. This is the army that an indestructible and invincible empire needs. At the same time, Qin Yan also noticed. After killing all the evil earth dragons in the magic cave, the level of the black dragon Queen Clay was upgraded again. It reached the level of level 15. And the originally huge body. As the level increases, it grows again. 20 meters, 25 meters, 30 meters. After 5 levels, the black dragon's body has increased by another 10 meters. Following this trend. After reaching level 20, Clay's body is at least 40 meters. And this is without awakening again. If Clay can awaken again when it reaches level 20. Touching the black dragon's head lovingly, Qin Yan's eyes became scorching. Then Clay will become a true mythical beast. Roar. Sensing Qin Yan's emotional changes, Clay immediately stretched out her dragon claws and lifted Qin Yan to her head. The shadow energy surged, and after condensing into a throne under Qin Yan, Clay suddenly soared into the sky. Coming to the sky, overlooking the orderly army of 10,000 people below, Qin Yan's eyes were filled with absolute confidence. Buzz. But at this moment. Suddenly, a strange sound came from the fingertips. Qin Yan looked over and found that the Pluto ring, which had never had any abnormalities since it was obtained, suddenly trembled non-stop, which made him feel extremely surprised. Could it be that it sensed the method of advancement? Tell the truth. The Pluto ring was the first real artifact Qin Yan obtained after his rebirth and landing on the Empire Era continent. It was also that first artifact ring that appeared on the Empire Era continent in Qin Yan's memory. Qin Yan paid attention to any information that might be related to the Pluto ring. In particular, the sentence mentioned in the system description, when this ring is upgraded to a supreme artifact, the player can even directly open the underworld abyss, is always lingering in Qin Yan's heart. But what is puzzling is that from beginning to end, Qin Yan has not obtained any information related to it. And the Pluto ring itself. There has been no abnormality at all, as if the so-called level advancement is something that does not exist at all. But Qin Yan is convinced of this. He believes that one day, he will be able to find the conditions for the advancement of the Pluto ring. So at this moment. Feeling the vibration from the fingertips. Even Qin Yan couldn't help but breathe faster. Roar. But at this time, Clay under him seemed to sense something and roared suddenly. Master, a large group of little things are approaching rapidly from the underground direction. At the same time. Trisna, who had originally stayed in the Earth Dragon Demon Cave, also fluttered her elf wings and rushed over quickly. Master. When she came to Qin Yan, Trisna immediately reported, her expression was very serious. I can sense that there are countless small creatures in the underground, rushing towards us. Yeah. Nodding, Qin Yan's expression became serious. Clay also sensed it. But. And at this time. The Pluto ring worn on Qin Yan's fingertips was vibrating more and more strongly. Obviously. The reason why that Pluto ring suddenly became abnormal. It must be from the little things that were approaching rapidly in the underground. Just before the other party actually drilled out of the ground. Qin Yan didn't know what exactly caused the Pluto ring to behave abnormally. Master. But at this moment, a blood-red light suddenly flashed in front of him, and then Shorthair, with bat wings fluttering, also appeared in the air. They are abyss demon insects, from the abyss. Abyss demon insects? Abyss. Could it be that the entrance to the underground abyss is really hidden in the dark swamp? Could it be that the underworld abyss mentioned in the Pluto ring is really the same place as the underground abyss? Puff. Puff. But just as Qin Yan was thinking. One after another, dark figures had already rushed out from the ground. Chapter 85. Abyssal Demon Worm, Demon Blood. Squeak. A hoarse scream was heard. Then, countless black figures emerged from the ground. They were the so-called abyss demon worms. They were 50 centimeters long and 20 centimeters high. Their carapaces shone with a dark light, as if they were armor made of steel, and their sharp claws and fangs glowed with a cold light. Like a black wave, they gushed out from the ground like crazy. Abyss Demon Worm rank. 3rd level elite level. Level. LV 10 HP. 6000 magic value. 1000 attack power. 8120 defense power. 50 skills. Swift bite. Bite the target, and the sharp teeth can easily cut ordinary armor. Skills. Hell Shell. Living in a hell environment for many years, ordinary flames cannot cause any damage to it. Skills. Destruction and self-explosion. The poisonous insects are filled with a large amount of hellfire and corrosive substances. If they're injured, the blood containing severe corrosive substances will spray out to retaliate against the attacker. Once they are killed, the large amount of flames, toxic gases and corrosive substances contained in their bodies will burst out, destroying and polluting everything around them. Description: the monsters born in the abyss hide endless unknown secrets behind them, and their duty is to guard the gate of the abyss. It's actually the guardian of the gate of the abyss. After reading the attribute panel of the abyss demon worm, Qin Yan's breathing became rapid. He didn't expect that he could actually find clues to the gate of the abyss in the dark swamp. And from the direction where the abyss demon worms appear. It seems that the gate of the abyss is really hidden underground in the dark swamp. How can Qin Yan not be excited about this? You know, that is the gate of the abyss. In the previous life, the official clearly gave information, saying that if the player can find that gate of the abyss and then really reach the abyss, he will definitely be able to obtain countless precious treasures hidden in the abyss. And in addition to this, after entering the abyss, players even have the opportunity to sign a contract with the demon lords living there, and then completely control the demon army. This is the power of the demon. It has been mentioned before that the status of demons on the continent of the Empire era is not inferior to that of dragons, and they are also top creatures of the 14th level. And if Qin Yan can control such a legion, then ruling the entire Empire era continent isn't it easy? Master. At this time, Shortire also explained to Qin Yan. These little guys are not very strong, but their bodies will explode after they die, and their lethality is very terrifying. Well, I know. Qin Yan was a little surprised to hear this. He didn't expect Shortire to know so much about the abyss demon worms. In addition, Shortire was able to accurately say their names before, which can show that Shortire, as the true ancestor of the blood clan, must have a certain understanding of the underground abyss. Perhaps after solving these abyss demon worms, Shortire can get some clues from them again, and then really determine the location of the abyss gate, which is also very likely. Clay. Thinking of this, Qin Yan immediately ordered, "Get ready!" Roar. Clay could no longer hold back. The dark energy in her body surged, and then her dark dragon wings suddenly spread downwards. Boom. Boom. Instantly, the dark domain storm spread hundreds of meters, and all the abyss demon insects were shaken high wherever the airwave passed, as if they were hit by a cannonball. Afterwards, Clay glided past, and then spit out a mouthful of black flame dragon breath. Sizzle. The sound of scorching continued to sound. The incomparably hard hell carapace on the surface of the abyss demon insect, which could even withstand the scorching of hell flames, became fragmented at a speed visible to the naked eye when it met Clay's black flame dragon breath. Bang! Without their shells, the demon insects exploded without screaming. Bang! 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 Accompanied by a low and suppressed explosion sound. A large group of hellfire and corrosive substances gushed out at the same time. Yellow-green liquid splashed in all directions. Once anything was contaminated, it would immediately begin to corrode and emit extremely pungent billowing white smoke. This shows how terrifying its self-destruction power is. Of course, Clay was naturally not contaminated. After she spit out dragon breath, she immediately took off into the air and easily avoided all the sprayed acid. Clay. After confirming that these abyss demon insects could not hurt Clay, Qin Yan immediately ordered, "Kill them all." Roar. The dragon breath surged. The moment it came into contact with it, a large group of demon insects exploded immediately. At the same time, on the ground. Qin Yan did not need to give too many instructions. The moment the abyss demon worms emerged, the heavy shield soldiers immediately raised the giant shield of the full energy barrier and resisted at the outermost edge of the army. At this time, the powerful defensive power of the full energy barrier was demonstrated. The extremely sharp claws of the abyss demon worms hit the giant shield, but it could only make a crisp sound of ding-ding, which was completely harmless. Instead, the triggered full energy backlash made them miserable. As for the hellfire and corrosive acid sprayed by the abyss demon worms after their death, they could only leave a series of white marks, and could not cause any substantial damage. Natural spirits between heaven and earth, listen to my call. At this time, Trisna also began to chant the natural magic spell, Natural Guardian. Boom. 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 Suddenly, the earth trembled. Then, emerald green light shot up into the sky. In the ground under the feet of the soldiers, piles of tree roots quickly condensed. These tree roots were formed by the condensation of natural magic. Even the abyss demon worms would find it difficult to bite them off. Moreover, after biting it off, new tree roots will grow out quickly. There is no need to worry that the abyss demon worms will rush out from under your feet. So, under the absolute advantage. Soon, the abyss demon worms that rushed out from the ground before all turned into corpses. Only the extremely sour acid everywhere prove their arrival. Roar. The battle was over, and everyone cheered for victory at the same time. But at this time, Qin Yan noticed that there was a faint golden light flashing under the corpse of a demon worm. Clay, go over there and take a look. Qin Yan ordered at the moment. Clay carried Qin Yan to the destination with her wings flapping. Sure enough, under the corpse of the demon worm, a blood-red blueprint. The surface was flashing with brilliant golden light. Bars. At this time, sensing the player's approach, the blueprint began to tremble slightly, and then turned into a golden stream of light, falling into Qin Yan's palm. Then, the pleasant system sound rang in his ears. Ding dong. Congratulations to player Qin Yan for obtaining the epic potion blueprint, Demon's Blood. Si est escuchando esta novela en un canal distinto a mundo fanfic novelas, significat lo descarga and y subieron sin esfuerzos invitamos cordialmente a visitar nuestro canal. Mundo fanfic novelas all encontrás la versión original de esta historia y podrás explorar muchas otras novelas de diversos narradores. Te esperamos para sumergirte en un mundo de novelas increíbles. Chapter 86. Bloodline Transformation, Demon Legion. Demon Blood. Epic level potion blueprint. When the voice came, Qin Yan could not help but look extremely excited. He did not expect that after killing these abyss demon insects, he could actually obtain an epic level potion blueprint. You must know that in the Empire era, except for some special things, other things such as building blueprints, equipment blueprints, etc. Epic level is already the highest grade. As a result, at the moment, the blueprint in Qin Yan's hand is epic level. And it is an extremely rare potion blueprint. It is even related to demons. If this appeared in the previous life, it would definitely be a global sensation. Plop. Plop. And at this time, Qin Yan could actually feel that the blood-red potion blueprint in his hand was still beating slightly. As if it was a heartbeat. A potion blueprint could produce such an abnormality. This shows how extraordinary it is. Ding dong. Do you want to check the properties immediately? At this time, the system prompt sound came. Without any hesitation, Qin Yan immediately opened the properties of the blueprint and checked it carefully. Demon Blood Grade. Epic level. Effect. Blood Transformation. After drinking, it can be transformed into demon blood, thereby mastering the power of the abyss demon. Effect. Blood Surge. During the transformation process, the blood energy can be fully activated 100%, and the transformation is completed immediately to become the king of the same level of the race. Additional effect. Energy Mutation. During the blood transformation process, there is a chance to advance directly. Additional effect triggered by the god level talent of the chosen son. Production requirements. Gold 500, Magic Worm Powder 100, Evil Beast Blood 50, Dragon Venom 10, Abyss Magic Crystal Fragment 5. Description. The best potion that can transform ordinary soldiers into demon blood can help players create a powerful demon army, but in the history of the Empire era continent, few people have been able to successfully collect the production materials. The list of potion production materials is as follows. Magic Worm Powder. A rare material that can be obtained after killing the Abyss Demon Worm, the Guardian of the Abyss Gate. Evil Beast Blood. A rare material that can only be obtained by killing evil beastmen who have been completely corrupted by demonic energy. Dragon Venom. A rare material that can only be obtained by hunting a large number of venomous dragons. Abyss Magic Crystal Fragments. A rare material that can only be produced in the underground abyss. Sure enough. Just as the official information given in the previous life said. If the player can find that gate of the abyss and officially step into the underground abyss, he may be able to sign a contract with the devil and then completely control the demon army. Although the method has changed. From signing a contract, it has changed to the form of a potion blueprint. But the effect is the same. The effect of the potion blueprint of demon blood is to transform the blood in the bodies of ordinary soldiers into demon blood through blood transformation. And in the transformation process. Soldiers who obtain new blood can master the abilities of demons. And after the transformation is completed. The blood energy in the soldiers' bodies will be fully activated by 100%, and they will directly become the kings of the same level of race. It is not an exaggeration to say that they have directly transformed into demon leaders. And besides that. Qin Yan's god-level talent as the chosen son also triggers the energy mutation effect. During the blood transformation process. The energy in the potion may also mutate. After the mutation, the demon soldiers can directly advance. Upgrade. The blood energy in the demon soldiers, which was originally extremely powerful, will once again make a qualitative leap. How terrifying will the power of the demon soldiers burst out at the time? Even Qin Yan found it hard to imagine at this moment. In other words, I only need to collect all the magic insect powder, evil beast blood and flying dragon venom, and then enter the underground abyss to mine the abyss magic crystals. Closing the potion blueprint attribute panel, Qin Yan's eyes flashed. In this way, I can transform all the wolf cavalry corps under my command into the abyss demon blood. Mastering the top demon abilities of the continent. In addition to the powerful defense bonus provided by the evil energy barrier. And the powerful talent bonus provided by the enchantment process. There is also that terrifying blood-sucking bonus provided by the scarlet blood pool. With such an abyss demon army, it would be easy to turn Valinor into an indestructible and invincible empire. The supreme hegemony in the new era is also within reach. At this moment, Qin Yan looked very determined. After obtaining the demon's blood potion blueprint, he would spare no effort to monopolize the opportunity to build a demon army. What's more, Qin Yan also noticed. Just when he checked the properties of the demon's blood potion blueprint. The Pluto ring, which was originally trembling at the fingertips, calmed down again. As if nothing had changed. But if you look closely, you will find that the red gem originally inlaid in the center of the Pluto ring, a tiny black dot, can be vaguely seen in the center area. It is like a demon's eyes. Staring coldly at everything around. And this change in the Pluto ring. It also made Qin Yan more determined to conquer the underground abyss. Perhaps after finding the gate of the abyss and officially stepping into the underground abyss, we can find clues related to the advancement of the Pluto ring. Thinking of this, Qin Yan summoned Shortire to him without any hesitation. Shortire, you seem to know more about those abyss demon worms just now. Indeed. When the dense abyss demon worms rushed out from the underground, both Clay and Shrizna just called them little things. But Shortire is different. She directly said the name of the abyss demon worm accurately without anyone knowing. And this is when the abyss demon worm has not officially appeared. It is for this reason that Qin Yan has such an idea in his heart. He believes that Shortire, as the true ancestor of the blood clan, has relevant information about the underground abyss. My lord. Hearing Qin Yan's question, Shortire immediately explained. They have appeared in my blood inheritance memory. The scene in my memory is like this. After a pause, Shortire spoke again. In an unknown barren land, there is a staircase leading to the underground. At the end of the staircase is a huge door made of magic crystal, and these abyss magic insects are pouring out from the shadow area behind that door. That must be the door to the abyss. Qin Yan's eyes flashed with joy when he heard this, and then he asked again. Do you remember the specific location of the door? Master, I can't be sure of this. Shortire could only shake her head awkwardly, but while speaking, she slowly raised her arm. But I know that the powder of these magic insects can guide you. After the voice fell, her palm opened. Floating in the palm of her hand was a ball of black powder. Chapter 87 Arriving at the Dungeon, the Evil Ox Attack. Chapter 87 Arriving at the Dungeon, the Evil Ox Attack. New book subscription. But I know that the powder of these magic insects can guide you. After saying that, Shortire slowly opened her palm. Suspended in the palm of her hand was the same black powder as the shell of the abyss magic insect. Yell. Qin Yan was slightly stunned at first, but soon reacted. The magic insect powder needed in the production of the demon blood potion is obtained by killing the abyss magic insect. In other words, in the previous battle, he had successfully collected a large amount of magic insect powder. Thinking of this, Qin Yan immediately opened the battle information. Afterwards, the battle information appeared in front of him. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have obtained magic insect powder 78! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have obtained magic insect powder 57! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have obtained magic insect powder 96. Sure enough, each abyss demon worm exploded with demon worm powder after being killed. Although the number was inconsistent, it was basically between 50 and 100, and in the battle just now, the number of abyss demon worms killed by Clay and the Wolf Riders was at least tens of thousands. Even if calculated at the lowest explosion rate, the number of demon worm powder Qin Yan now has is at least hundreds of thousands. As long as all the remaining materials are collected, then it will be easy to create a demon army of nearly 10,000. But these demon worm powder should only be considered as materials, right? But soon, Qin Yan calmed down again, and then recalled what Shortire had just said, and a hint of expectation appeared in his expression. Could it have a guiding effect? Thinking of this, Qin Yan immediately opened the attribute panel. Demon worm powder effect. Can lead players to the area where the fallen evil looks like. Description. One of the materials for making the demon blood potion. This is much simpler. After checking the attributes, Qin Yan couldn't help but feel happy. As for the venom dragons, he had some understanding. They were a kind of sub-dragon, without dragon claws, but with a pair of bat-like wings. They were much smaller than real dragons, and could only be considered flying lizards that were stained with dragon blood and then mutated. The habitat of these creatures was generally in the swamp. Qin Yan only needed to leave the army and explore the depths of the dark swamp little by little, and he should be able to find them in the end. With the evil beastmen. To be honest, Qin Yan had only heard some information from NPCs in his previous life. Who knows how long it would take to find the area where they live. If you can't collect enough evil beast blood, you can't start making demon blood potions, which is a headache. But now, the magic insect powder can point out the direction. Then everything is not a problem. But at this time, the magic insect powder in Charlotte's palm suddenly flashed a faint silver light. At the same time, the magic insect powder in Lord Qin Yan's space also flashed silver light at the same time. Then, the light gradually condensed and formed a nearly transparent map, which appeared in Qin Yan's hand. But after seeing the destination clearly, Qin Yan was stunned again. It's actually right under our feet. Boom. Almost at this moment, the earth suddenly shook. Then, the ground collapsed and cracks appeared. The place where the abyss demons had drilled out before actually collapsed directly. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have found the entrance to the blood furnace dungeon. Do you want to enter immediately? A pleasant system voice came. Then a space portal with a flashing gorgeous light slowly condensed on the edge of the cliff. If you hadn't experienced it yourself. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh in his heart. Who would have thought that there are so many secrets hidden in the dark swamp? Master Clay was already eager to try. Then let's go now? Let's go. Rubbing Clay's head, Qin Yan immediately raised his arm. Sweep the entire dungeon. As soon as the voice fell. Suddenly, the huge black dragon body suddenly sank into the space teleportation array. But the light flashed. The eyes lit up, and a sharp prompt sound came from the ear. Warning. You have entered the blood furnace dungeon. This place is extremely dangerous, players must be vigilant. Then, Qin Yan rode Clay to the ground. But looking around, all he saw was the barren land. Swish. At this time, the magic behind him fluctuated continuously. Charlotte and Trisna also led the army to follow in. Almost at this time, a sharp system sound rang in my ears. Warning. The evil beastmen are about to attack your troops. Players please prepare in advance! It is worthy at being a creature completely corrupted by demonic energy. When the voice came, Qin Yan couldn't help but frown slightly. Just after entering the dungeon, they directly attacked you. Not even giving you a chance to get intelligence. This is enough to show the cruelty of the evil beastmen. Master, I have long wanted to fight with some powerful guys. Clay didn't care at all, and was extremely confident. Let me go, I will definitely kill all these guys! Are you sure? Qin Yan. Although you were almost invincible in the dark realm, these evil beastmen also have a certain amount of demon blood flowing in their bodies. Qin Yan had never fought with demons in his previous life. But after all, demons are also top creatures of the 14th level on the continent of the Empire era. These evil beastmen with a certain amount of demon blood may be able to cause harm to Clay. Master, please believe me. I have confidence in my strength. Clay was more serious than ever this time. And you know, I won't fight a battle that I am not sure of. Qin Yan could not deny this sentence. In the quiet forest, when Clay was just a young dragon, she was already a qualified hunter. And master. At this time, Clay said again with a serious look. The environment here is very suitable for me to fight. I have a strange feeling that if I can kill people here, I will definitely be able to awaken again. Clay's words were sonorous and powerful. After Qin Yan heard it, his blood boiled. That's fine. Qin Yan believed in Clay's intuition. And now her level has reached level 15. If she can awaken again, then the progress of collecting materials for potion making will be at least 10 times faster. Woo woo. Roar. Chapter 88. Killing all around, about to awaken. The beastmen are barbaric and not good at farming. They are also extremely limited in terms of territory construction. And they advocate violence. The first thought of anything is to use force to solve it. Of course, this quality cannot be said to be completely bad. It is precisely because of this courage to fight and fight that the beastmen can survive hard in an environment where food is so scarce. During the battle. It can also provide the beastmen warriors with terrifying willpower. In short, the beastmen are a force full of wildness and straightforward personality. But that is a normal beastman. Qin Yan looked at the dense black shadows appearing on the horizon, and his expression gradually became cold. For the evil beastmen who were corroded by the blood of demons, there is only the word destruction in their minds. Qin Yan's words are not exaggerated at all. The evil orcs that appeared on the horizon had blood-red skin and even grew demon-like thorns. Their pupils were also scarlet and terrifying, and they were always emitting a strong and incomparable aura of destruction. Evil Beast Infantry rank. 6th level elite. Level. LV 15 HP. 12,000 magic value. 2,000 attack power. 160-200 defense power. 150 talent. Demon skin. Can be directly immune to certain damage. Skill. Fanatic Smash. Automatically triggered when HP is below 25%, attack speed and blood-sucking ability are fully enhanced. Skill. War Trampling. Violently hit the ground, causing a lot of damage to the enemy troops around, and enemies who are too close will also fall into a dizzy state. Skill. Reckless Swing. Swing the battle axe to cause terrible damage to the enemy. Description. Evil orcs are the final form of orcs that have been completely corrupted by demonic energy. They have several times more combat power than ordinary orcs. The demon blood in their bodies comes from the Abyss Lord Magthridon. Don't provoke them easily. A 6th level elite creature. Each attribute is very powerful. It also has 3 powerful skills. It can be said that the strength of the evil orcs is at least twice that of ordinary orcs. And their number is also extremely terrifying. The entire horizon is full of black. There are at least tens of thousands of them. They all exude a strong breath of destruction. And they are not all infantry. Headhunters, troll witch doctors, and huge kodo beasts, etc. All have them. It is like an elite army of 10,000 people. Roar. But Clay was not timid at all. On the contrary, after getting Qin Yan's consent, she roared directly into the sky, with dark energy surging in her body, and dragon breath surging in her mouth. Go, Clay. Qin Yan no longer hesitated. Let these fallen evil beastmen understand what true power is! Roar! I will do as you wish. As soon as the voice fell. Suddenly, a dark storm of extreme density erupted from Clay's body and suddenly spread to the surrounding area of hundreds of meters. Wherever it passed, the evil beastmen fell down with a bang, as if they were hit by a shell. In an instant, nearly 1/10 of them fell down. Then Clay did not intend to miss this opportunity. She flew directly over the heads of the evil beastmen and then spit out a mouthful of black flame dragon breath downwards. Although the demon skin can be immune to certain damage. But when the dark flames fell, the evil beastmen were instantly annihilated. In an instant, nearly 300 evil beastmen died under Clay's dragon breath. As for the spears thrown by the evil beastmen, they did not hit the black dragon flying in the sky at all. Occasionally, a few hit Clay, and only left a shallow white mark. Not even a scratch. On the contrary, Clay turned around and breathed out a breath of dragon, instantly taking away a large number of evil beastmen. Steady suppression. So strong. Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh at this scene. He was still worried that the evil beastmen might be able to hurt Clay. But he didn't expect. Unknowingly, Clay has become so powerful. Besides, this is not Clay's peep. With the battle, Clay will only become stronger and stronger. Every time she awakens, her strength will make a qualitative leap. And at this moment, as a large number of evil beastmen were scorched by Clay's dragon breath again. A golden light rose from under the huge black dragon's body. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, the Black Dragon's level has been upgraded. Current level, LV 16. The golden light flashed, and the level was upgraded. Not only did the fatigue state recover completely. The originally huge body was increased again. Roar. Every time the black flame dragon breath passed, hundreds of evil beastmen were swallowed. And at this time, Clay suddenly flew high. The next moment, endless dark flames gushed out of the black dragon's mouth, and then turned into rolling lava, which fell fiercely like a meteor shower. Boom. 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 Dull and loud noises rang out one after another. The evil beastmen didn't even scream before they died, and were directly crushed to pieces by the huge lava. And Clay's experience value also skyrocketed. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Evil Beast Blood 35! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Evil Beast Blood 24! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Evil Beast Blood 47. At the same time, the amount of Evil Beast blood in the Lord Qin Yan's space also began to increase at a speed visible to the naked eye. To make the Devil's Blood Potion, each bottle requires 50 drops of Evil Beast blood. And when Clay has hunted all the Evil Beastmen in front of her, Qin Yan will have at least more than 100,000 Evil Beast bloods, which can also meet the production needs of the 10,000-man demon army. This made Qin Yan very satisfied. But at this time, a surge of magic suddenly came from the space teleportation aid behind him. Form a formation! Protect the Lord. Without any hesitation, the wolf cavalry immediately gathered towards Qin Yan. Shultai and Trisna also closely guarded Qin Yan. Then a light green head emerged from the space teleportation aid. But the next moment, a huge body quickly emerged from the teleportation aid. Accompanied by a pair of bat-like wings. Venom, flying dragon. Seeing the physical characteristics of the visitor, Qin Yan's expression was a little cold. These guys contained highly toxic substances. Their appearance is very unfavorable for the battle situation. But at this moment, a shadow suddenly appeared above his head. Then, a shocking roar sounded in his ears. Get away from the master. Little bug! Roar. Out! The voice fell. Suddenly, the breath of black flame dragon rushed out. The front half of the venom dragon's body turned into ashes before it completely flew out of the teleportation aid. But the next moment, the huge body of the black dragon in the air suddenly stopped. Chapter 89. Battle Awakening, Dragon Princess Form. Boom. The black dragon's breath was raging. The front half of the venom dragon's body turned directly into ashes. As for the back half of the body, it stagnated in the teleportation aid. As a result, other venom dragons outside the teleportation aid could not fly in for a while. Well done, Clay. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan's eyes flashed with joy, but when he looked up, he couldn't help but frown slightly. Because Qin Yan noticed the huge black dragon body that was originally flying up and down in the sky suddenly stopped at this moment, as if it was suppressed by something. This sudden change made Qin Yan frown slightly. But at this moment, a pleasant reminder sound suddenly came from his mind. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, your black dragon has successfully upgraded to level 20! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, your black dragon has directly completed the blood awakening in the battle! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, your black dragon has successfully awakened the Queen's exclusive racial ability, Dragon Princess Form! FK. When the voice came, Qin Yan's eyes widened immediately. He didn't expect that after killing the venom dragon just now, Clay had successfully upgraded to level 20, and what Qin Yan didn't expect was that Clay actually completed the blood awakening directly during the battle. You know, blood awakening is not an easy thing. Qin Yan still remembers the time Clay upgraded to level 10 and then awakened for the first time. But it took nearly half an hour of painful struggle before it finally awakened successfully. This shows how painful awakening is. But who would have thought? Clay actually completed the blood awakening so quickly this time. And it's still in the Dragon Princess form. As the name suggests, Dragon Princess form refers to the giant dragon transforming into a human girl. Although it has lost its huge body, after transforming into a human form, not only will its original strong attributes remain, but the skills and special abilities it has mastered will also undergo unexpected changes due to the transformation of its form. That is why it is a relatively difficult thing for a creature to transform into a human form. Few creatures can do it. Except for the night demon queen named Luminous in the previous life and Shulter, who was conquered not long ago. Qin Yan has never heard of any other powerful existence that can do this. But who would have thought? At this moment, Clay's second awakening racial ability is actually able to transform into a dragon princess form. Roar. At this time, a crisp dragon roar came. The black dragon's huge wings flapped again, bringing up a series of giant whirlwinds. Obviously, Clay has completely awakened. Then, under the astonished eyes of everyone, the huge wings of the black dragon spread in the sky, covering the sky and the sun, like two huge dark clouds. Then, a dark energy storm suddenly swept out from the dark wings, and in an instant, it completely enveloped Clay's body. When the energy dissipated, the huge black dragon body had disappeared. In its place, there was a silver-haired girl holding a dark dragon spear. Clay gender. Female. Age. Youth. Race. Black dragon. Identity. Black dragon queen. Rank. 14th rank. Level. LV 20 HP. 200,000 magic points. 40,000 attack power. 1,200 1,500 defense power. 1,000 constitution. 500 strength. 500 agility. 500 intelligence. 500 racial talent. Magic immunity. Racial abilities. Black flame breath. Dark domain. Dragon princess form. Can switch between black dragon forms freely. Racial restraint. Queen pressure. Ability exclusive. As the level increases, more black dragon queen exclusive abilities will be awakened. Master. Qin Yan. This is simply invincible. After checking Clay's new attributes, Qin Yan was stunned on the spot. A full 200,000 HP. Attack and defense even exceeded 1,000 points. Who else has such powerful attributes? Master. At this time, a silver light flashed, and Clay was already standing in front of Qin Yan. The speed was so fast that even Qin Yan didn't react at all. Well, Clay. Qin Yan. I knew you would never let me down. To be honest, Clay completed the blood awakening directly in the battle, which was indeed beyond Qin Yan's expectations. And there is one more thing that must be said. As the Queen of Black Dragons, Clay's temperament in the form of Dragon Princess is not diminished at all, giving people a heroic feeling, but her actions are full of the inherent arrogance of high-level creatures. This is the real Queen of Black Dragons. She will not smile to anyone except her master. Thank you for your careful cultivation, master. Clay knelt on one knee and said, without you, I'm nothing. After being stunned for a while, Qin Yan hurriedly stepped forward to help Clay up. It's okay, this is what I should do. It seems that with the increase in level and entering the age group of youth, Clay has become much more mature, which made Qin Yan a little unresponsive for a while. But at this time, an annoying roar came again in his ears. Gurgle, gurgle. It turned out that after Clay returned to Qin Yan, the evil beasts lost their target of attack, and their hatred automatically turned to the wolf cavalry, and then charged in this direction. Roar. At the same time, in the magic teleportation array, the back half of the venom dragon that was originally stuck had been torn clean by other venom dragons. Then, one after another, venom dragons with fangs and sharp teeth flew out. Their bodies were light green, about 15 meters long, with a pair of bad-luck wings and poisonous stingers on their tails. They hovered above their heads and kept making hoarse screams. Master. Seeing this scene, Clay's expression suddenly became extremely cold. Please allow Clay to kill them all! Go. Qin Yan nodded. Let these annoying guys die in pain. As you wish. As the voice fell. Rich dark energy suddenly surged out of Clay's body. Then behind her, it condensed into a pair of giant dragon wings tens of meters long. Whoosh. Whoosh. The dragon wings symbolically fluttered twice. But the next moment, Clay turned into a brilliant silver light and disappeared instantly. When she appeared again, she was already in the sky. Swish. The black flame dragon spear passed by. The next moment, the huge head of the venom dragon broke directly in the middle. The poisonous blood gushed out from the broken part. But before it hit the ground, it was instantly evaporated by the dragon wings behind Clay. Darkness. Then, Clay was suspended in the air. Then, rich dark energy rushed out of her body. Boom. 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 Chapter 90. The Black Dragon Queen is invincible. Suspended in the sky. Clay looked down at everything below. On the ground, the evil beastmen roared and charged. In the air, the evil flying dragons all opened their bloody mouths. Originally, they could only be regarded as sub-dragons. Facing the Black Dragon Queen Clay, whose status was more noble than that of the dragon, there was no comparison at all. But the blessing of the devil's blood. But they all roared and rushed towards Clay. Roar. But at this moment, the earth-shaking dragon roar sounded. Then, Clay lowered her head slightly, and saw the giant dragon wings formed by the condensation of dark energy, which quickly wrapped her body inside. Inside the dragon wings, the terrifying aura surged rapidly. Then, the wings suddenly opened outward. Boom. 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 In an instant, the rich dark energy rushed out, with Clay as the center, and suddenly spread out in all directions. At this moment, the sky and the earth lost their color. The dark domain swept the whole scene. Endless dark energy storms spread outward one after another. The venom dragons, which were the first to be hit, fell heavily to the ground as if they were hit by a cannonball. But before their bodies hit the ground, they were once again wrapped in the surging dark energy storm. For a moment, all the venom dragons screamed in pain. Because the dark energy storm has a terrifying corrosive ability. In less than 5 seconds, their huge bodies quickly decayed in the energy storm and turned into shriveled corpses. However, the dark energy storm did not stop because of this. Crack, 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 crack. The earth shook. The dark energy hit the ground, and the ground cracked instantly, with countless hideous and terrifying gullies. As for the evil army charging on the ground, their fate was even more tragic than that of the venom dragons in the air. Just at the moment of encountering the dark storm, their bodies began to decay visibly, and finally turned directly into powder. In an instant, the army of 10,000 people disappeared directly. What kind of terrifying power is this? Having lived 2 lives, Qin Yan's mind is as strong as steel, but at this moment, he still can't suppress his excitement. Master. Trishana looked at Clay, who was like a dark demon in the air, and was also shocked. I have only seen such a scene in the elf secret book handed down from ancient times. Qin Yan has heard of the elf secret book. All the records on it are epic battles over the years in the Empire-era continent. At this moment, the terrifying might of Clay's dark domain can indeed be called an epic powerhouse at the ruling level in the battlefield. And if Qin Yan remembers correctly, the dark domain that Clay had previously displayed did not seem to be so powerful, right? No. After Clay lands later, I must ask her carefully. Boom. At this time, the dark storm finally stopped. Roar. Clay let out a dragon roar that shook the world. As early as when she entered the dungeon, she had already felt something. Fighting in such a cruel environment seemed to be very helpful for her awakening. The result was not unexpected. During the battle, Clay awakened directly. And at this moment, the killing after awakening made her feel very happy. Master. At this time, silver light flashed, and then Clay, who looked like a silver-haired girl, appeared in front of Qin Yan. As you wish, Clay has killed all the enemies. At this moment, Clay's momentum was extremely amazing. Every move she made exuded the arrogance of a superior. This is the real Black Dragon Queen. As long as she is determined. Even if there are thousands of people blocking her in front, she will not retreat at all. Especially the Master Qin Yan's wishes. Clay will do everything she can to complete it. Well, you did a good job. Nodding, Qin Yan also gave Clay enough face. I'm very satisfied! By the way, Clay. After a pause, Qin Yan expressed his inner doubts just now. Has the effect of the dark field also been improved after you awakened? Qin Yan still remembers when Clay first awakened. The effect of the dark field is just to prohibit the enemy from restoring health, and then the enemy will restore energy for Clay after death. But judging from the dark energy storm that Clay just erupted, this is more than just prohibiting the restoration of health. This is simply a direct deprivation of life, okay? Recalling the scene of the huge body of the venom dragon being corroded bit by bit, and the evil beast army decaying instantly. Even Qin Yan couldn't calm down for a long time. Compared with the effect of Clay's dark domain at the beginning, it was simply a drastic change. For this situation, Qin Yan just wanted to get a reason to explain. That is, with the reawakening of the bloodliner, in addition to awakening the new ability of the Dragon Princess form, Clay's original racial ability has also gained a mutation-like increase on the original basis. Just when Qin Yan was secretly guessing, Clay's Dark Domain racial ability effect was also displayed in front of him. Dark Domain attributes. Dark energy will directly deprive the health of enemies within the scope of the domain, and Clay's all attributes will be greatly improved when she is in the domain. At the same time, when the enemy dies, it will restore Clay's health and magic points. The scope of the domain depends on the level. Description. The exclusive ability of the Black Dragon Queen, even the dragon cannot completely resist it. Sure enough, as Qin Yan expected, after Clay awakened again, the attribute effect of the Dark Domain racial ability was once again horribly increased. It became able to directly deprive the enemies in the domain of their health. With Clay's current lethality, it is almost impossible for ordinary low-level creatures to survive in the domain for more than 5 seconds. And with the huge coverage of the Dark Domain, the enemy has no chance to escape. In short, as long as she is within the coverage of the Dark Domain, Clay is invincible. And, according to this trend, after closing the skill attribute panel, Qin Yan still sighed in his heart. When Clay awakens again in the future, the effect of the Dark Domain can be further enhanced. There is also that Dragon Princess form. After awakening again in the future, she will become even more powerful. This is the power of the Black Dragon Queen. And after awakening, Clay can once again obtain a new racial ability. By the time, even the entire Empire-era continent will probably be invincible. This made Qin Yan's heart full of expectations. At the same time, while talking, Qin Yan's ears also rang with pleasant system sounds. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Evil Beast Blood 39! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Dragon Venom 17. Chapter 91. Mind. I'm too happy. Pleasant system sounds came one after another. Suddenly, a large amount of production materials appeared in Qin Yan's Lord space. The materials were stacked together, and the number was at least hundreds of thousands. It was more than enough to produce 10,000 bottles of Devil's Blood Potion, and then produce 10,000 Demon Legions for Qin Yan. Okay. After closing the Lord space, Qin Yan stretched comfortably. The next task is to collect the fragment of the Abyss Magic Crystal. When he first saw the 4 production materials in the attribute panel of the Devil's Blood Blueprint, he was still a little complicated. It's not a worry. Qin Yan believes that with Clay's strength, she can definitely collect all the production materials. It's just that the collection speed may not be so satisfactory. But now it seems. Holding the Devil's Blood Potion blueprint in his hand, Qin Yan's face was still filled with a faint smile. I don't need to worry about the speed at all. Then the production requirements of the Devil's Blood Potion blueprint were once again presented to Qin Yan. Demon Worm Powder. A rare material that can only be obtained after killing the Abyss Demon Worm, the Guardian of the Abyss Gate. Already satisfied. Evil Beast Blood. A rare material that can only be obtained by killing the Evil Beastman who has been completely corrupted by demonic energy. Already satisfied. Dragon Venom. A rare material that can only be obtained by hunting a large number of venomous dragons. Already satisfied. Abyss Magic Crystal Fragments. A rare material that can only be produced in the underground abyss. Not yet satisfied. The above is the collection of production materials. The first 3 items have all been satisfied. Only the last item, the Abyss Magic Crystal Fragments, is left, which needs to be mined in the underground abyss. That is to say. Thinking of this, Qin Yan immediately took out 2 bottles of blood from the Lord's space. The direction that the materials will guide me next should be the hidden location of the Abyss Gate. Sure enough, at the moment Qin Yan took it out, 2 drops of liquid automatically flew out of the bottle. Then they merged with each other in midair. Until the end, it actually shot directly towards the depths of the dungeon. Follow. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan immediately ordered. Roar. As soon as the voice fell, the dragon roar sounded in his ears. The next moment, a black dragon with a body of nearly 60 meters tall appeared in front of him. It was Clay's black dragon form. The bloodline awakened again. In addition to the improvement of racial abilities, Clay's originally huge black dragon body also increased sharply again. If I remember correctly, it was about 40 meters before awakening. But now the huge black dragon that appeared in front of him had a body of 60 meters. What kind of concept is this? The piercing dragon eyes alone are almost the same as Qin Yan ''S. The body part is directly connected to the sky and the earth. Qin Yan has absolute confidence in the future, when fighting against the enemy, just showing this terrifying body will be enough to make the enemy collapse instantly. Master. But at this time, Clay, who had transformed into a black dragon, lowered her noble head towards Qin Yan. Please come up. Qin Yan rubbed his nose and seemed a little hesitant. Because he still remembered how cold and arrogant Clay was when she transformed into the dragon princess form. If it was before, when Clay had not awakened for the second time, Qin Yan would definitely sit on it without saying a word. But now, to be honest, it always feels a little weird. Master. At this time, seeing that Qin Yan had not moved for a long time, Clay could not help but call softly. Have you thought of other plans? At the same time, the wolf cavalry corps that were ready to go also stopped. Because Qin Yan was their supreme master. Everything they did was to satisfy Qin Yan's wishes. And without Qin Yan's order, they would never leave without permission. The call from his ear and the reaction of his subordinate made Qin Yan a little embarrassed for a while. But at this time, Trisna seemed to have thought of something. Master, we are all your loyal servants. Then, Trisna came to Qin Yan and knelt on one knee. As long as it is your wish, we are willing to do anything, and we will never be dissatisfied. Puff. After the word fell, Brian in front of the army also knelt down towards Qin Yan, saying from the bottom of his heart, Supreme Lord, it is our honor to serve you! Supreme Lord, we will be loyal to you forever. The voice sounded, and in an instant, one figure after another knelt down. Their expressions were pious, expressing their inner loyalty to Qin Yan. Master. At this time, Clay gradually reacted, and the dark energy storm surged. The extremely beautiful silver-haired girl appeared again, but then Clay knelt on one knee directly in front of Qin Yan. Are you dissatisfied with Clay's performance in the battle just now? Of course not. But before Clay finished speaking, Qin Yan interrupted her directly. I just think that you have awakened the dragon princess form and can transform into a human form. If I ride you again, it will affect your status in the dragon clan in the future. After signing the contract with Clay, Qin Yan knew very well that there were definitely other dragons on the continent in the Empire era. And the number is definitely not small. They just live in an unknown place on the continent and don't appear on the continent very often. If you accidentally encounter other dragons again during the exploration of the Gate of the Abyss, this scene of Qin Yan riding on Clay. It will definitely have a certain impact on Clay's majestic status in the dragon clan. To be honest, he doesn't want to see this happen. The Queen of Black Dragon should be absolutely proud. Master, you're wrong. But Clay was extremely excited. After Qin Yan finished speaking, she raised her head and looked at Qin Yan. Without you, I'm nothing. When she said this, Clay's attitude was extremely sincere. No. Seeing this, Qin Yan hurried forward to help her up. That's not what I meant. Let's go. After helping Clay up, Qin Yan's mood also eased slightly. I hope you don't mind! Mind. Clay was stunned for a moment when she heard this, and then suddenly let out a crisp dragon roar, and the huge black dragon body appeared in front of her again. And this time, after Clay turned into a giant dragon, she directly stretched out her dragon claws and lifted Qin Yan to the top of her head. Being ridden by you, master, is a very happy thing! How could I mind? After that, the terrifying black dragon body suddenly soared into the sky. Chapter 92. Kill the brave boss. Boom. Boom. Sitting on the top of the black dragon, suddenly, the dark energy quickly condensed and turned into a throne under Qin Yan. Then, the huge black dragon body suddenly soared into the sky. Riding a 14-level dragon, there are so many powerful subordinates around him to guard him loyally. Sitting on the throne, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh in his heart. What if this guy doesn't rule the continent? Roar. Accompanied by the shocking dragon roar, Qin Yan and his party moved rapidly towards the depths of the underground city. This is the direction indicated by the previous drop of blood. As long as they follow it, they will definitely be able to find the location of the Gate of the Abyss. And at this time, after moving forward for about 10 minutes, in the Lord Qin Yan interface, the drop of blood in front suddenly stopped in place. In other words, the Gate of the Abyss that everyone on the continent dreamed of in the previous Imperial era is about to appear in front of them. This made Qin Yan's breathing slightly quickened. Roar. But at this time, a roar suddenly came from the front. The roar was so clear even at such a long distance. This shows how powerful the owner of the roar was. Clay, land here. So, Qin Yan immediately ordered. The guy in front is not weak. Of course, this was what Qin Yan expected. After all, in the Empire era, even the most common resource was guarded by many powerful creatures. Not to mention the Gate of the Abyss, which is so precious. What if there is no powerful guardian next to it? Qin Yan absolutely does not believe it. Who? Soon, the huge black dragon landed. Then, the silver-haired girl holding the black flame dragon spear appeared again. Master. Then, Clay asked for a fight again. Let me go alone, Clay is sure to deal with him. Again. Qin Yan's face became a little weird when he heard this. He did not expect that Clay would ask for a fight again. And judging from her attitude, she seemed as firm as before. Logically speaking, after Clay awakens again, she should have become much more mature and stable. This made Qin Yan ponder. Should the wolf riders also participate in the battle? But at this time, a huge figure gradually appeared in the shadow area ahead, which made Qin Yan give up this idea. Bang. Bang. The earth trembled. In the shadow area ahead, a huge orc warrior covered with heavy armor, holding a heavy axe, with sharp fangs, and like a tank, walked out slowly. Grim Hellscream rank. 10th level lead level. Identity. Brave boss. Level. LV30 race. Title. Hellscream. HP. 150,000 magic value. 20,000 attack power. 801,000 defense power. 1,000 weapon. Legendary axe. Blood roar. Orange weapon. When attacking, it can emit a terrifying axe blade to cause range damage to surrounding enemies. Racial talent. Endurance aura. Possess extremely terrifying resistance to attacks. Racial skills. Roaring War Song, Whirlwind, Critical Blow. Skills. Raging War Song. The more serious the injury, the more terrifying Grimm's damage. Skills. Whirlwind. Spin the giant axe to cause range damage to surrounding enemies. Skills. Critical Blow. Jump high and chop down the giant axe at the target, causing a heavy blow like destroying the world. Description. Grimm is the leader of the Orc Warson clan, possessing the Orc's extraordinary power. He is also one of the first orcs to drink the blood of the devil, and thus became the ultimate guardian of the Gate of the Abyss. A level 30 brave boss. After reading the attribute panel, Qin Yan was stunned. He expected that there would be a powerful guardian guarding the Gate of the Abyss, but Qin Yan never expected that the guardian would be a level 10 leader and a level 30 brave boss. A full 150,000 health points. The attack and defense attributes also reached 1,000 points. The effects of several skills are even more terrifying. The giant axe in his hand is actually an orange level weapon. This, after closing the attribute panel, Qin Yan looked at Clay. Clay, are you sure you can defeat him? Please believe me, master. Clay nodded immediately. Although this orc is powerful, he can't beat me. The words are simple. But the more so, the more convincing it is. Okay. Qin Yan was relieved when he heard this. I believe you. At this time, Hellscream Grimm was already impatient. He directly raised the giant axe and charged towards Qin Yan. Every step he took would cause the earth to tremble and leave deep footprints. Roar. Clay was not willing to be outdone. She raised her arm, and the dark energy quickly condensed into a black flame dragon spear. The next moment, the dragon spear broke through the air. Ding! A crisp sound came. Huge power, plus the terrifying penetration of the dragon spear. Even if the giant axe in the enemy's hand was a legendary orange weapon, it still left a deep mark on it. The charge of the Hellscream Orc warrior was directly interrupted. Awesome! Seeing this scene, Qin Yan couldn't help but exclaimed, "It's worthy at being a top creature of the 14th level." Although the level was 10 levels lower than the opponent. Clay was still able to pose a strong threat to it. This is the power of the Black Dragon Queen. Roar. At this time, an extremely angry roar came. The charge was interrupted, making the Hellscream Orc warrior completely furious. Layers of bloodlight emerged from his body. The aura, which was already extremely powerful, rose again. Then, Hellscream suddenly jumped high, and raised the giant axe in his hand high above his arm, and his aura soared at a speed visible to the naked eye. He actually used the fatal blow right away. Be careful. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan subconsciously shouted, "This is his most powerful move!" Understood. Clay was just about to continue to condense the black flame dragon spear, but she suddenly sensed a hint of danger. Hearing Qin Yan's reminder, she immediately released the dark domain. Boom. 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 Dark energy rushed out. In an instant, it wrapped both of them. Enveloped by energy, Clay's all attributes received a good increase. On the other hand, the Hellscream Orc warrior in the air. But it seemed to have been severely injured, and its aura quickly became weak. But he still gritted his teeth and continued to chop at Clay with the giant axe in his hand. Puff. However, Clay was faster. She not only avoided the huge axe of the Hellscream Orc warrior, but also directly pierced his abdomen with the dragon spear from bottom to top. Then, she pulled it suddenly. Roar. Grim roared madly. But the hideous wound on his abdomen made it impossible for him to continue fighting. Obviously, the outcome of this battle was decided. Clang. At this time, the orange huge axe in Grim's hand fell to the ground. Then, pleasant system sounds came one after another. Siest escuchando esta novela en un canal distinto a mundo fanfic novelas, significat lo descarga and y superan sinisfuetzos invitamos cordialmente a visitar nuestro canal. Mundo fanfic novelas all encontras la versión original de esta historia y podrás explorar muchas otras novelas de diversos narradores. Te esperamos para sumergirte en un mundo de novelas incredibles. Chapter 93 Orange Equipment, Magic Crystal Arrow Tower. Bang! The Orc warrior's huge body fell heavily to the ground, and the giant axe in his hand also fell to the side, emitting an attractive orange light. Then the pleasant system prompt sound rang in Qin Yan's ears one after another. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, your black dragon has successfully killed the brave boss. Grim Hellscream square bracket exclamation mark. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, your black dragon level has been upgraded. Current LV21 exclamation mark. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have successfully obtained the legendary orange equipment, Blood Roar. The giant axe was actually exploded. Qin Yan couldn't help but look extremely excited when the sound came. First of all, Clay's level was upgraded again. One step closer to the next blood awakening. This is undoubtedly a very gratifying thing. Secondly, there is the giant axe that fell to the ground. That is orange equipment. Although it is not as good as the artifact Pluto ring he wears in his hand. But it is definitely the top quality weapon on the continent of the Empire era. The rare equipment that players in the previous life dreamed of. Now it is in front of him. How can Qin Yan not be excited about this? Then the giant battle axe turned into an orange light and appeared in the Qin Yan Lord space. Legendary axe Blood Raw quality. Orange weapon. Part. Two-handed axe. Attack. Plus 500 strength. Plus 200 constitution. Plus 150 additional effect. Sky-breaking axe blade. When attacking, it can emit a terrifying axe blade, causing a range attack on surrounding enemies. Additional effect. Unstoppable. It can cause a strong suppression effect when attacking the enemy. Additional skill. Critical hit. Leap high and chop down at the enemy, which will cause a heavy blow like destroying the world. Description. The legendary battle axe carrying supreme glory, the user will gain unimaginable terrifying power increase. It is worthy at being an orange weapon. After reading the equipment attributes, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh in his heart. 500 points of attack power increase. Each attack is equivalent to a range attack. And it also has a strong suppression effect. This is the power of orange weapons. And what Qin Yan didn't expect the most was this battle axe actually brought the skill of fatal blow that the Hellscream Orc warrior had just used on Clay. The lethality of this skill is absolutely incomparably powerful. Recalling the rising momentum of the Orc warrior when he used this skill just now, Qin Yan still felt a lingering fear. But now the orange battle axe has been mastered by Qin Yan. As long as it is arranged well. And the one who will feel terrified in the future will be the enemy. But the only regret is putting the blood raw battle axe into the Lord's space. Qin Yan muttered to himself, "This battle axe is not suitable for clay and others to use. Clay only needs to consume dark energy to condense the black flame dragon spear. As the true ancestor of the blood clan, Shorthair can't use such a heavy weapon. It is even more impossible for Trisna. Can you imagine a delicate elf girl holding a battle axe taller than her to chop the enemy? The only one who can fit this is Brian. But his profession is the dark swordsman. If you use a battle axe type weapon, you will not get the bonus effect of swordsmanship proficiency, and the skills of the profession may also be affected. It seems that I have to find an opportunity to create a powerful heavy armored warrior in the future." Keeping this idea in mind, Qin Yan closed the Lord's space. But at this moment, under the corpse of the Hellscream Orc warrior. But the bright golden light flashed again. Then the pleasant system sound rang. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have successfully obtained a complete rare building blueprint, Magic Crystal Arrow Tower 1. Oh? A complete building blueprint was actually revealed. And it is related to the Arrow Tower. The voice came, and Qin Yan couldn't help but curl at the corners of his mouth slightly. If you want to say that the most iconic building of a territory is not the basic things like arrow towers and city walls, right? Solid city walls and majestic arrow towers. They always give people a strong sense of security. No one will refuse them to become powerful. Qin Yan is no exception. So, without any hesitation, Qin Yan immediately chose to check the properties. Magic Crystal Arrow Tower level. Platinum level. Basic function. Magic Crystal Arrow. The arrows fired contain magic crystal energy and can cause a lot of damage to the enemy. Basic function. Energy stacking. When shooting continuously at the same target, the magic crystal energy contained in the arrows will be superimposed on each other, causing more and more heavy additional damage to the enemy. Basic function. Energy deceleration. After the magic crystal energy is superimposed, it will cause a significant deceleration effect on the enemy. Additional function. Energy detonation. After the magic crystal energy reaches a certain concentration, it will automatically detonate, causing a devastating and heavy blow to the enemies within the range. Additional function triggered by the god-level talent of the Chosen Sun, construction materials. Gold coins 5000, Abyss magic crystal fragments 10. Description. The defensive arrow tower with amazing lethality can ensure the safety of your territory, but the premise is that the player must have a sufficient number of Abyss magic crystal fragments before he is qualified to build it. It is indeed an arrow tower that uses the energy of Abyss magic crystal to defend against the enemy. After reading the properties of the arrow tower, Qin Yan expressed great satisfaction. When he saw the name of the blueprint, he had already guessed it, and the properties of the magic crystal arrow tower as Qin Yan expected. It was to use the energy of Abyss magic crystal to defend against the enemy. The Abyss magic crystal condensed in the underground abyss. What kind of terrible damage will it cause to the enemy? What's more, with the huge lucky bonus. The arrow tower that could only cause damage to a single target each time can cause range damage. This makes the lethality of the magic crystal arrow tower even more amazing. And this is only the platinum level. After turning off the building properties, Qin Yan's eyes were still full of joy. Wait until I break through the underground abyss, and then return to Valinor to quickly upgrade the territory level, then the lethality of the magic crystal arrow tower will be greatly improved again. By the time even if the Night Demon Queen Luminous personally led the army to attack Valinor. Qin Yan did not need to be afraid at all. Master. At this time, Trisna and the others also came to congratulate. Congratulations on obtaining the supreme treasure again. Yes. He smiled and nodded, and then Qin Yan's expression became serious again. Rest here for a while, and then prepare to formally attack the underground abyss. Yes. Finally it has come to this step. After giving the order, Qin Yan then looked towards the corpse of the Hellscream Orc warrior. The Delta magic portal burning with hellfire has gradually condensed into shape. Chapter 94. Hellfire Peninsula, the Lord of the Abyss is coming. Boom. Boom. The boiling hellfire burned fiercely. From time to time, one could faintly hear angry roars. Then, the system sound rang in Qin Yan's ears. Ding dong. Found the portal of Hellfire Peninsula square bracket. Do you want to enter immediately? It's not the gate of the abyss yet. Qin Yan's scalp tingled slightly when the voice came. He didn't expect that the portal in front of him couldn't lead to the abyss. You have to know that the location they're in now is already completely deep underground. And there is one more thing. The portal in front of him was generated after the brave level boss Ulra was killed. In other words, it is the real gate of the abyss. There are even more powerful guardians guarding around. Roar. At this moment, the boiling hellfire in front of him suddenly condensed into a hideous face, and then pounced on Qin Yan, as if to swallow Qin Yan directly into it. Get out of the way. Clay reacted quickly and pierced it with the dragon spear. With a bang, the flame face shattered. Then, a sharp system voice came. Warning. The portal of Hellfire Peninsula will disappear in 60 seconds. Do you want to enter immediately? Out the voice sounded. Qin Yan could immediately feel that the hellfire on the portal in front of him began to dissipate rapidly. It may not take a minute. It will disappear automatically within 30 seconds. Master. Seeing this scene, Clay immediately knelt on one knee. Keep going. Supreme Lord. Behind him, everyone also knelt on one knee at the same time. As long as it is your wish, we will go through fire and water without hesitation. Everyone's attitude was sincere and their expressions were firm. There was no reason to refuse. Okay. So, Qin Yan immediately ordered, everyone march into the Hellfire Peninsula. As soon as the voice fell, the portal in front of him suddenly burst into endless hellfire. Then it swallowed Qin Yan and others. Ding dong. You have entered the hidden map, Hellfire Peninsula. Accompanied by the system sound, Qin Yan slowly opened his eyes. The picture that appeared in front of him was like the end of the world. Under the dim sky, the smell of sulfur and gunpowder was suffocating. On the ground, there were cracks like the claws of a devil. And in the cracks, hot and boiling magma rushed up to the sky. If you get a little bit of it, you will be instantly wiped out. But at this time, another system sound came suddenly. Ding dong. You have automatically triggered the hidden task, find the gate of the abyss. Task name. Find the gate of the abyss. Task difficulty. Unknown. Task introduction. Find the gate of the abyss hidden in the Hellfire Peninsula. Task description. The gate of the abyss is one of the symbols of the Hellfire Peninsula. Find it and you will get unimaginable wealth. Finally, the location is determined. After reading the task introduction, Qin Yan breathed a sigh of relief. Since it has been determined. The gate of the abyss is in a corner of the peninsula in front of him. Then the next thing to do is to turn this peninsula upside down. Roar. Then, a dark energy storm surged around. Then, a huge black dragon appeared. Master, please come up! Okay. After Qin Yan sat down, Clay flapped her wings and flew towards the depths of hell. Woo! Magma exploded around him, but Qin Yan could hear a hoarse roar from it. He looked down. He found that in the boiling lava, there were countless red hideous monsters rolling up and down. These monsters had red skin and were burning with flames. Some had black horns on their foreheads, and some had tails with thorns behind them, which looked extremely hideous and terrifying. Horn Demon rank. Elite level 7 level. LV 15 attack power. 180-220 defense power. 200 health value. 40,000 magic value. 2,000 talent. Hell skin. Growing in a lava environment all year round, demons generally have strong fire damage reduction. Skills. Horn sprint. Charge the enemy to cause a piercing blow. Description. The epidermis is solid and not easy to penetrate. It can withstand a large number of attacks, but light magic can cause a lot of additional damage to it. Abyss Demon rank. 9th rank elite. Level. LV 15 attack power. 350-400 defense power. 300 HP. 30,000 magic value. 3,000 talent. Hell skin. Growing in a lava environment all year round makes demons generally have a strong fire damage reduction. Skill. Continuous fireball. Continuously release hell flames to seriously injure the enemy. Skill. Meteor shower. Cause a large number of indiscriminate attacks on enemies within the range. Description. The Abyss Demon wearing the unique Chaos armor of hell and holding a heavy sword can cause a terrifying blow to the enemy, but light magic can cause a lot of additional damage to it. Is this the Hell Soldier? After reading the monster's attributes, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh in his heart. It's really powerful. The rank is as high as 9th rank. The basic attributes are also extremely amazing. At the same time, the lethality of the skills mastered is also very good. And this is just a simple attribute. In a real battle. The combat power displayed by these demons is far more powerful than this. Woo woo. Boom. 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 The hellfire burst out from the magma. Those are the continuous fireballs released by the abyss demons. They're endless in number and occupy the entire sky. Get out of here. Of course, this is a piece of cake for Clay now. She flapped her wings and brought up whirlwinds, and the hellfire in the sky hit the ground heavily. But at this time, in the air behind Qin Yan, there was a sudden surge of magic. The next moment, dozens of huge demons holding lava battle axes appeared directly and chopped Qin Yan fiercely. Don't even think about hurting the master. However, Clay was faster. The moment the magic surged, the dark energy in her body immediately surged out, and then spread out violently. Wherever she passed, even the body of a demon began to decay at a speed visible to the naked eye. Well done, Clay. Seeing this scene, Qin Yan subconsciously praised. The power Clay showed never disappointed him. Master. But at this moment, Clay's voice suddenly became hoarse. There is a terrifying breath awakening in the magma. Almost at the same time, a sharp system sound came. Warning. Manrith, Lord of the Abyss, is about to attack your troops. Please prepare for defense in advance. Chapter 95. Devil's Deal, revealing the title of Dragon God. Warning. Manrith, Lord of the Abyss, is about to attack your troops. Please prepare for defense in advance. A sharp system sound rang out. The next moment, the sky and the earth lost their color. Boom. The earth trembled and the magma rolled. Immediately afterwards, a terrifying demon with a dragon-like body, a pair of abominable wings, flames wrapped around his body, and cracks on his skin that constantly flowed out terrifying lava, slowly emerged from the magma cracks. Manrith, Lord of the Abyss identity. Legendary boss. Race. Demon, Lord of the Abyss. Title. Destroyer. Rank. 14th level. Lead level. Level. Attributes. Talent. Skills. Description. Manrith is a violent demon full of desire for destruction. He has a strong interest in hatred and killing. As the leader of the three Lords of the Abyss Demon and one of the high-level leaders of the Burning Legion, his duty is to coexist and die with the Gate of the Abyss. It's actually a legendary boss. After checking the attributes, Qin Yan was stunned on the spot. He never thought that the real guardian of the Gate of the Abyss would be a legendary boss. In addition to the identity, title and race. Other things like level, attributes and skills, etc. are all displayed as big question marks. This is enough to show how powerful the opponent is. Why did the Black Dragon appear here? But at this time, a low and terrifying voice suddenly came. Obviously, the opponent did not expect. It turned out to be a Black Dragon that broke into the Hellfire Peninsula. But the next moment, Manrith seemed to sense something and suddenly roared. No, there is still human breath. Boom. 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 At this moment, the world lost its color. The entire Hellfire Peninsula trembled because of Manrith's roar. At the same time, Qin Yan could also feel a heart-pounding and terrifying aura coming from the huge body in front of him. The one who comes is not kind. From the previous sentence, Qin Yan could deeply feel how much hatred and disgust he held towards humans, which made Qin Yan frown. Legendary boss, even Clay must be difficult to deal with. He still remembered Clay's tone change when Manrith awakened just now. Obviously, she did not have absolute confidence to deal with the powerful Abyss Lord in front of her. But at this time, Qin Yan's combat experience in 2 lives was revealed. The stronger the opponent's strength, the calmer he became. If you can't fight head-on, you can only think of other ways. As soon as the idea came up, the next moment, the task list appeared in front of him. That's right, Qin Yan's next plan is to hurry up and complete the task. The task just accepted only required finding the gate to the Abyss, and did not require defeating the Abyss Lord in front of him. Perhaps after finding the gate to the Abyss, everything will change. Thinking of this, Qin Yan immediately took out several materials for making demon's blood from the Lord's space, and then ordered, Clay, let's go find that Gate of the Abyss first. Roar. As soon as the voice fell, the huge black dragon body suddenly soared into the sky, and then flew towards the depths of the peninsula. But unexpectedly, the Abyss Lord Manrith behind him did not catch up. Instead, he suddenly shouted angrily, Human. Tell me who you are! I've never heard of any human being who can conquer the dragons, elves, and blood races at the same time, and can also control a human army with such a powerful combat power. After a pause, Manrith's mood eased a little. The mithril armor they are equipped with, the enchantment technology on the armor, and the blood-sucking ability unique to the blood race, even the well-known human strongman on the continent, are powers that have never been mastered. Besides, I can also feel some amazing blood power in you. At this point, Manrith's tone became completely calm. So, if your answer satisfies me, I may forgive your rudeness. Or make a fair deal. After speaking, the Lord of the Abyss Manrith did not make any extra movements, just quietly suspended in the air, staring at the huge black dragon that also remained still. Because of the dark energy, he could not see Qin Yan's figure. Qin Yan's 2 golden titles of Dragon God and Elf King were also hidden by the phantom orb. But the demon's innate perception ability. But everything Qin Yan had was exposed to Manrith. Is this the nature of the demon? To be honest, Manrith's reaction and the words he said were indeed completely beyond Qin Yan's expectations. Especially the last sentence, or make a fair deal, which made Qin Yan sigh in his heart. People are often tempted by the word fairness, but in the end, they are dragged into the endless abyss by the demons because of their endless greed. Of course. After sighing slightly, Qin Yan quickly fell into thinking. How about showing the title of Dragon God first? This is the identity that Qin Yan thought of first. The 2 golden titles of Dragon God and Elf King he possessed can be shown as identities to NPCs on the Empire continent. And now, as the Lord of the Abyss Demon, Manrith was set as a legendary boss by the system. He was able to make a deal willingly. Obviously, the title of Dragon God, which is related to the giant dragon of the same level 14, is a better choice for Qin Yan. Human. And at this time, Manrith was already a little impatient. You seem to have overestimated my patience! Woo woo. Tell me your conditions. But at this time, the dark energy on Clay's body suddenly dissipated, and then Qin Yan's figure slowly appeared, and he used the player's identity to check the attribute panel, and immediately said in a deep voice, "The Lord of the Abyss who has both destruction and destruction, Manrith! Dragon Guardian." Hearing Qin Yan accurately say his title, Manrith was slightly stunned at first, but when he saw the title of Dragon God displayed above Qin Yan's head, he instantly became furious. After billions of years, the Dragon Guardian has a successor again. The next moment, without any extra nonsense, Manrith flapped his demon wings and disappeared directly on the spot. Die. When he appeared again, Manrith's huge body had already appeared above Clay, and then the hell flames descended from the sky, all smashing towards Qin Yan fiercely. But at this critical moment, the Pluto ring that had been silent at Qin Yan's fingertips suddenly trembled again. Chapter 96 Orange Suit, Abyss Demon. The moment the teleportation appeared above Clay, Abyss Lord Manrith suddenly flapped his wings. The next moment, the flames of hell descended. Such a scene can be called the destruction of heaven and earth. But at this moment, the Pluto ring, which had been silent at Qin Yan's fingertips, suddenly trembled again. Its degree was several times stronger than before. Then, the pleasant system prompt sound rang in Qin Yan's ears. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, sufficient advancement conditions have been detected. Your Ring of Hades is about to be advanced. What? The advancement conditions are met. Qin Yan was extremely surprised when the voice came. He never thought that the Pluto ring, which had never shown any signs of advancement since it was obtained, suddenly met the advancement conditions at this moment. Could the advancement conditions come from Manrith? At this moment, Qin Yan could only think of this to explain. But it seemed that he was not prepared to give Qin Yan too much time to think. The red gem inlaid on the top of the Pluto ring suddenly flashed an extremely dazzling scarlet luster. Along with the change, there was also a black spot in the center of the red gem. As the scarlet light surged, the black spot in the center of the red gem expanded rapidly, and in an instant, it occupied the entire gem. But there seemed to be no sign of stopping. After the black spot occupied the entire gem, it suddenly broke through the limit and emanated in the form of a thick black mist, and finally condensed rapidly in midair. And its shape was undoubtedly the same as a black hole. But the black hole appeared. Suddenly, a terrifying breath that made people feel palpitations emanated from it. Puff! Puff! The next moment, the demons surging in the magma instantly lowered their heads and knelt down towards Qin Yan, and their bodies trembled with endless fear. Is this the breath of that lord? At the same time, Manrith in the sky was also stunned in place. But you are obviously the guardian of the Dragon Supreme Hades. But the next moment, he knelt down in front of Qin Yan in midair just like the demons in the magma, and his body trembled uncontrollably because of the fear in his heart. I beg for your forgiveness. The previously arrogant demons. But because of the black fog emitted by the Hades ring, they all knelt down and begged for mercy from Qin Yan in an instant. This sudden scene let Qin Yan be stunned for 10 seconds before he finally came back to his senses. But before he could check the battle information. Boom. In the sky above his head. The black hole formed by the black fog emitted by the Hades ring suddenly exploded. At this moment, time and space seemed to be still. The scene of the black hole spreading outward bit by bit, and the fear in the eyes of the Abyss Lord Menrith above, were all clearly displayed in Qin Yan's eyes. This state lasted for less than a second. The next moment, the black hole spread suddenly, and in an instant, it enveloped the hellfire falling from the sky, as well as the caster Menrith. Then, the black hole shrank. The scene instantly returned to calm. It was as if the shocking scene just now was just an illusion of everyone and never appeared. But at this moment, the pleasant system prompt sound rang in Qin Yan's ears one after another. Ding dong. Congratulations to player Qin Yan, successfully killed the legendary boss, Abyss Lord Menrith exclamation mark. Congratulations on obtaining the complete orange equipment set, Abyss Demon. I actually got a complete orange set. When the voice sounded, Qin Yan's eyes widened. This is orange equipment. Qin Yan still remembers the orange battle axe of blood roar that was dropped when he killed Hellscream. Even without counting the 4 basic attributes and skill bonuses, the 500 points of attack power alone are enough to show the rarity and preciousness of orange equipment. What happened now? Qin Yan directly obtained a whole set of orange equipment. And it's an orange suit. How strong is this? Ding dong. Do you want to check the attributes immediately? Check now. Qin Yan nodded immediately without any hesitation. Then the Lord's space was opened. A set of exquisite suits appeared in front of him. It exuded an extremely attractive orange luster. Then the equipment attributes were displayed in front of him. Abyss Demon Helmet Quality. Orange Dog Part. Helmet. Defensor. Plus 300 Strength. Plus 120 Constitution. Plus 100 Intelligence. Plus 80 additional effect. All attribute magic resistance plus 10% additional effect. All attribute damage enhancement plus 10% description. Condensed with the power of endless Abyss Demons, the user can obtain huge enhancements. After equipping, it cannot be traded or dropped. Abyss Demon Chest Quality. Orange Dog Part. Chest. Defensor. Plus 285 Strength. Plus 135 Constitution. Plus 125 Intelligence. Plus 80 additional effect. Health plus 30,000 additional effect. Health limit plus 20% description. Abyss Demon Belt Quality. Orange Dog Part. Belt. Defensor. Plus 350 Strength. Plus 105 Constitution. Plus 115 Intelligence. Plus 80 additional effect. HP plus 10,000 additional effect. Additional damage plus 22% description. Abyss Demon Leg Armor Quality. Orange Dog Part. Leg Armor. Defensor. Plus 233 Strength. Plus 133 Constitution. Plus 133 Intelligence. Plus 80 additional effect. Physical attack power plus 10% additional effect. Additional damage plus 22% description. Abyss Demon Combat Boots Quality. Orange Dog Part. Combat Boots. Defensor. Plus 205 Strength. Plus 100 Constitution. Plus 100 Intelligence. Plus 80 additional effect. Movement speed plus 12% additional effect. Additional damage plus 22% description. Abyss Demon Set Effect Resistant Body. Fire Magic Resistance plus 80% Demon Body. All attribute damage enhancement plus 25% Rage and Frenzy. Any damage caused will be added with a Frenzy magic effect. It's worthy at being an orange suit. After carefully checking the equipment attributes one by one, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh inwardly. The Abyss Demon suit has a total of 5 parts. Each part provides Qin Yan with an extremely powerful defense bonus. The chest armor part is increased the health value by 30,000 points, and its additional effect is to increase the upper limit of health value by plus 20%. It can be said that the blessing of the Abyss Demon suit. It has directly raised Qin Yan's survivability by several levels. At this time, a pleasant system sound came. Ding dong. Do you want to equip it immediately? Equip. Qin Yan nodded immediately without any hesitation. Buzz. As the voice fell. Suddenly, the whole set of Abyss Demon suit trembled at the same time. Then, it automatically flew out of the Lord's space. After decomposing in midair, it covered Qin Yan's body piece by piece. Instantly, the attributes skyrocketed. Chapter 97. Earn the golden title again, Lord of the Abyss. Ding. You have equipped the Abyss Demon Helmet Ding. You have equipped the Abyss Demon Breastplate Ding. You have equipped the Abyss Demon Belt Ding. You have equipped the Abyss Demon leg armor square bracket exclamation mark ding. You have equipped the Abyss Demon compact boots. The pleasant system sounds rang out one after another. Qin Yan could immediately feel that his various attributes began to surge at a speed visible to the naked eye. And as the whole set of equipment was put on, the scarlet luster flashed 3 times in succession. It was the Abyss Demon suit effect that was triggered. Fire magic resistance plus 80%, all attribute damage enhancement plus 25%. Any damage caused will be added with the frenzy magic effect. At this moment, Qin Yan seemed to have an illusion. Even the hellfire that Manareth had just cast could be completely resisted without suffering any damage. This is the power of the Abyss Demon's orange suit. Master. At this time, Trisna and others also stepped forward to congratulate. Congratulations on obtaining the supreme treasure again. Although they could not check the attributes, they could also understand how powerful and precious the Abyss Demon suit Qin Yan wore was. Yeah. Nodding with a smile, Qin Yan's eyes were bright. One day, I will also help you all equip this powerful equipment. Thank you for your kindness, Lord. After hearing this, Trisna and others immediately knelt on one knee. We will serve you forever and must not betray you. Everyone's voice was steady and their expressions were firm, expressing their absolute loyalty to Qin Yan. But at this time, suddenly, a shocking system announcement sounded. Ding dong. All server announcement. Congratulations to player Qin Yan, becoming the first player in Age of Empires to kill a legendary boss, and having the god-level talent of the chosen Son of Heaven. Congratulations to the player for obtaining the golden special title, Lord of the Abyss. The system announcement was broadcast 3 times in a row, causing a sensation throughout the Empire Age continent. At the moment when the announcement sounded, an indescribable powerful force descended on Qin Yan. And quickly merged with Qin Yan. With the blessing of this powerful force, Qin Yan's various attributes, which had been greatly enhanced by equipping the Abyss Demon set, were once again greatly improved. Then, countless scarlet lustres suddenly burst out from Qin Yan's body. The scarlet luster lingered, making Qin Yan look full of demonic aura. This is the blessing of the Abyss Lord. The moment the system announcement sounded, the noble identity of the Abyss Lord was completely bound to Qin Yan's fate. Boom. Suddenly, the scarlet light burst out from Qin Yan. This beam of light covered everything. Scarlet magic auras appeared one after another under Qin Yan's feet, and then like ripples, they suddenly spread out with Qin Yan as the center. Along the way, the bodies of the demons under Manareth's command shattered, and then transformed into pure purgatory energy, which gathered towards Qin Yan and poured into Qin Yan's body. Even the purgatory energy on the entire Hellfire Peninsula was absorbed by Qin Yan all the time. Until the purgatory energy was absorbed sufficiently, Qin Yan gradually opened his eyes. Title: Lord of the Abyss, Gold only, Attribute bonus. All attributes plus 5 per level. Skill bonus. Demon Incarnation. When the purgatory energy is sufficient, you can summon a 14th level demon to fight for you. You can actually summon a 14th level demon directly. Seeing the skill bonus provided by the title, Qin Yan was stunned. He never thought that the purgatory energy he absorbed when he got the title bonus just now would have such a powerful effect. As a 14th level creature, summon the top grade demons on the continent of the Empire era to assist in the battle, and even if the demons are killed, they can be summoned again by absorbing enough purgatory energy. This will definitely save Qin Yan a lot of trouble. I have one more trump card in the future. And it is worth mentioning. Together with the 2 golden special titles of Elf King and Dragon God that he obtained previously, this is the 3rd golden title Qin Yan has obtained. This is undoubtedly a very cool thing. After all, most of the titles obtained by the 10 billion players in the previous life were only white quality. Those with higher strength will never exceed blue. But in this life, Qin Yan's rebirth started perfectly, and he directly mastered all 3 unique gold and special titles. And the Phantom Orb is also taking effect at all times. The 3 golden titles provide Qin Yan with amplification at the same time. Every time Qin Yan levels up, all attributes can be directly increased by 13 points. In addition, the orange suit of the Demon of the Abyss provides various powerful defense and resistance bonuses. How strong will Qin Yan's current survivability be? This is simply unimaginable. After closing the title attribute panel, Qin Yan felt satisfied. Mastering 3 gold and special titles, this is definitely the first person in the history of Age of Empires. So Qin Yan also has absolute confidence. One day, he will definitely become the undisputed supreme overlord of the new era. Boom. But at this moment, suddenly, there was another thunder over the Empire era continent. Another server-wide announcement. Hearing the voice, Qin Yan was a little confused. This has just been broadcast. Why is there another server-wide announcement? It's not that bad, right? But the reality is coldly in front of him. The thunder sounded, and the next moment, the entire Empire continent was shocked again. Ding dong. Server-wide announcement. Congratulations to player Qin Yan for becoming the first player in Age of Empires to successfully obtain 3 gold special titles. Congratulations to the player for obtaining God level treasure box 1! The treasure box is connected to the God space. Players can get a random artifact after opening it with a 100% chance. Same. 3. System-wide announcements. Echoing over the Age of Empires continent. But seeing the reward, Qin Yan's breathing became rapid. Because this time the reward was another God-level treasure box. You should know that the Pluto ring was opened from this treasure box connected to the God space. If the Pluto ring had not suddenly reached the advanced requirements and absorbed Manareth directly into the black hole, there would definitely be a big battle. And it was a battle that was hard to tell. Maybe even Clay might not be Manareth's opponent. In short, if there was no Pluto ring, nothing would be as smooth as it is now. And now, the opportunity to extract the artifact is right in front of you. How could Qin Yan not be moved by this? Chapter 98. God level props, identity template transformation. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player, you have obtained God level treasure box 1. A pleasant system sound came. Then, the God level treasure box appeared in the Lord Qin Yan's space. Just like before. Although the God level treasure box looks plain. But if you look closely, you will find that the surface of the treasure box is densely covered with faint black secret patterns. The unknown black secret pattern shrouds the God level treasure box, which gives people a sense of nothingness and mystery. Do you know these black secret patterns? After taking out the God-level treasure box, Qin Yan called Clay, Shultai and Trisna to his side. As the supreme powerhouses at the major races, they should know more. But the result was not the case. Master. After Clay and the others carefully observed, they could only shake their heads. I'm sorry, I can't help you. It's okay. As if he had expected this result long ago, Qin Yan waved his hand. It's okay, I've never seen it before. After calming Clay and the others down. Then, a pleasant system sound came. Ding dong. Do you want to open it immediately? Open it. But the voice fell. Suddenly, the inky black power of nothingness emerged, extremely sharp. Then, in the mist, a grey light flashed. A half-finger-long pure grey gem quietly lay in the treasure chest, surrounded by the void mist, showing mystery. Then, a pleasant system sound rang. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining the God level props, Magic Shadow 1. Magic Shadow attributes. Players can convert one of their titles into a corresponding identity template. Description. An extremely mysterious one-time God level prop. What? It's an identity template. After reading the prop attributes, Qin Yan was stunned on the spot. He had heard of identity templates, which were somewhat similar to titles. They could provide players with powerful attributes or other bonuses, but unlike titles, the most important function of identity templates was that they could allow players to hide as NPCs. That's right. After applying the identity template, you can disguise yourself as an NPC in the Age of Empires. Even when dealing with other players, the other party will not know anything about it. This is the biggest difference between identity templates and titles. And now. The God-level item called Magic Shadow that Qin Yan obtained can allow him to transform a title he has mastered into a corresponding NPC identity template, and then use the disguised identity to live on the mainland. What a terrifying ability this is! Until now, Qin Yan's mood is difficult to calm down. After all, he is the first player to log into the Age of Empires. Not only did he occupy the entire Quiet Forest, but he also monopolized the precious resources such as the mithril veins and super large gold mine in it. And he is riding a 14th level top creature Black Dragon. At the same time, he is about to occupy the Gate of the Abyss. Such a terrifying deed. If other players know Qin Yan's true identity in Age of Empires, I don't have to worry about anything. But what about real life? If you are not careful, you may be exposed. But it is different with an identity template. After having the identity template, no matter how terrifying the empire Qin Yan builds or what earth-shaking things he does, he will not arouse suspicion from anyone in real life. After all, it's an NPC, it's normal to be awesome. Few people would think that way. After all, the news of the identity template was accidentally heard by Qin Yan in his previous life. It was not officially announced. So in this life, no one will be more suitable for having an identity template than Qin Yan. And, as far as I know, after players obtain the corresponding NPC identity, it seems that there is a chance to interact with other players. As the name suggests, the so-called interaction refers to some daily game life. The simplest point is that Qin Yan can issue bounty tasks to players. For example, the Demon Blood Potion blueprint in Qin Yan's hand. Qin Yan can issue several materials for the production of the potion in the form of a bounty task, and then let the players who accept the task help collect them. Of course, in terms of the general strength of the players, asking them to collect Abyss magic crystal fragments is undoubtedly to die. But Qin Yan's main purpose is to hide his identity as a player. Issue tasks, or recruit players as subordinates. There are also favorability and intimacy. It is enough to get these out. It is better to make my identity more noble. At this moment, Qin Yan's eyes flashed with brilliance. For example, let Brian release a hidden career transfer task or something. Brian's identity is a special black swordsman. Then Qin Yan can set this profession as a task reward. Let all the players who complete the task go to Brian for unified training. This is equivalent to keeping all other players who landed in the Empire era in the territory. In the future, when I come into contact with other hidden strongmen on the Empire era continent, or when I have conflicts with them. Qin Yan became more and more excited as he thought about it. I can send these players to be cannon fodder first, and even other wonderful things may happen during the period. In short, as long as you have an identity template, Qin Yan can ensure that his player identity will never be known. Developing and building a territory can also save a lot of trouble. This is simply a wonderful thing. At this time, the system prompt sound came. Ding dong. Do you want to use the god level item immediately? Magic Shadow. System prompt. This item is extremely precious and is a one-time item. It cannot be changed after it is used. Please consider it carefully. For a moment, Qin Yan was a little entangled. What he was entangled about was not that it could not be changed after use. But there were too many titles. And all 3 titles were of special gold level. You said the Elf King, although it is the weaker one among the 3 titles, it is a gold title after all. And the Valana created by Qin Yan is in the Quiet Forest. Oh no, it should be said that it is the center of the Elf Forest. Issuing tasks as the Elf King is more legitimate. But what about the other 2 titles? One is the Dragon God and the other is the Abyss Lord. The former is related to the dragon, and the latter represents the Abyss Demon. What the hell? Who is willing to throw it away? Oh. At this moment, even Qin Yan couldn't bear it. But then, he slapped his thigh again. By the way, maybe we can first take a look at the properties of the converted identity template. Chapter 99. The Magic Back of the Endless Abyss. At this moment, Qin Yan took out a one-time god level item and opened his own attribute panel. Sure enough, after the 3 gold and special titles, the corresponding identity template attributes were immediately displayed in front of Qin Yan. Identity. Elf King level. Legendary template. Attributes. All attributes are increased by 300 points. Additional effect. Forest will. In forest terrain, all attributes are double. Additional effect. Natural affinity. The natural magic cast will receive a 300% enhancement bonus. Additional effect. Race King. All forest elves will respect you absolutely. Description. Honorable Elf King, with this identity, you can command all forest elves on the continent to fight for you. Identity. Dragon God. Level. Epic template. Attributes. All attributes are increased by 500 points. Additional effect. Dragon Lord. The Dragon God blood flowing in the body can double the attributes of all dragons under the player. Additional effect. Dragon Regeneration. The blood of the Dragon God flowing in the body can permanently increase the player's health limit by 1000%, and can restore 10% of the maximum health per second. Additional effect. King of Races. Any dragon will respect you absolutely. Description. As a dragon god, even the guardian dragons cannot compare to your noble status. Being favored by you will be regarded as the supreme honor by the dragons. Status. Abyss Lord. Level. Epic template. Attributes. All attributes are increased by 500 points. Additional effect. Abyss Blood. The Abyss Blood flowing in the body will provide powerful attribute bonuses for the Abyss demons under your command. Additional effect. Demon Incarnation. The purgatory energy in the body will be automatically restored continuously, and when sufficient, you can summon a 14th level demon to fight for you. Additional effect. King of Races. The Supreme Lord of the Abyss, any creature in the underground abyss will be strongly suppressed by you. Description. As the Lord of the Abyss, you are the supreme leader of the underground abyss. Despair, pain, terror, death and chaos are all synonymous with you. The above. These are the identity templates corresponding to Qin Yan's 3 gold and special titles. I have to say, gold and special titles are extremely rare and powerful. The corresponding identity templates are all legendary or even epic. All belong to the top level on the continent of the Empire era. The attribute bonuses provided by its identity template and various additional effect bonuses are also top-notch. Strong. It's simply invincible. After reading the identity template attributes, Qin Yan can only comment like this. But because of this, he now doesn't want to use the disposable god level item Magic Shadow Trace even more. With the bonuses provided by the orange suit, the gold special title and other passive skills, my attributes are now at the absolute top. The additional effects provided by various identity templates are not particularly important in my next plan. So I can keep this one-time god level item first, and choose to use it when a player officially logs into Age of Empires. After all, on the continent of Age of Empires. In addition to dragons and demons, angels, titans, and behemoths are also 14th level creatures. Maybe before the player's logging. Qin Yan still has the opportunity to conquer them all and then obtain a more powerful title, which is also completely uncertain. At this time, the system prompt sounded. Ding dong. It is detected that the player has a god level item, Magic Shadow, which can convert the title into the corresponding identity template. System prompt. Do you want to use it immediately? Not for that time being. So, at the moment, Qin Yan chose to close the system prompt. The initiative is in his hands, and there is no need to rush. Afterwards, Qin Yan stretched lazily. After making a decision, people always feel relaxed and happy. But at this time, a slight chill came from the fingertips. Right. Qin Yan reacted immediately. I remember the system just prompted that the Pluto ring has met the conditions for advancement. Sure enough. At this time, a pleasant system sound came. Ding dong. Congratulations to player Qin Yan, the Pluto Hades ring you own has met the conditions for advancement. Accompanied by a pleasant system sound. The Pluto ring on Qin Yan's fingertips trembled slightly, and the red gem inlaid on the surface of the ring also completely turned into pure black in the black mist. Ding dong. Congratulations, the player, your Ring of Hades has been successfully upgraded to a mid-level artifact. The voice came, and then the new equipment attribute panel automatically appeared in front of him. Ring of Hades equipment level. Mid-level artifact, advanced, equipment part. Ring. Attribute increase. Strength plus 160, Constitution plus 160, Agility plus 160, Intelligence plus 160 additional skills. Territory teleportation. Players can teleport to any location within the territory at will, with no cooldown time, no chanting time, and no limit on the number of users. Additional skills. Magic Back of the Endless Abyss. Players can obtain a domain space that can be controlled independently, and any non-biological unit can be stored in the domain space. Required level. No level limit. Equipment characteristics. Uniqueness. When a player has equipped it, other players cannot obtain it again. At the same time, it is bound after being equipped and cannot be dropped. Description. Only the Supreme Lords are qualified to wear this artifact. Its functions will be gradually unlocked as the artifact level is upgraded. When it is upgraded to the Supreme Artifact, the player can even directly open the Underworld Abyss. The Magic Back of the Endless Abyss. After checking the attribute changes, Qin Yan felt a little complicated. After the Pluto ring was upgraded to a mid-level artifact, the attribute bonus provided was directly doubled. This was what Qin Yan expected, but the additional skill called the Magic Back of the Endless Abyss that was triggered made him feel a little puzzled. Because as far as Qin Yan knows, all players who land on the Empire Era continent will automatically obtain the Lord Space. Its function is to help players store various drawings, props, materials and other non-biological units obtained. But now, the skill effect of the Magic Back of the Endless Abyss is almost the same as that of the Lord Space. This made Qin Yan feel a little confused. Forget it, it's good to be advanced. But soon, Qin Yan calmed down. Perhaps the additional skills triggered by the Pluto ring actually have a more powerful hidden effect than the Lord Space, but it can't be shown until a special time. After all, it is a divine weapon. And it may even be the only divine weapon that has appeared in the entire Empire Era continent. If you say there is no special ability, Qin Yan will definitely not believe it. The most important thing now is to conquer the underground abyss first. At this moment, Qin Yan closed the equipment attribute panel and looked at the open space in front of him. There, a huge door made of purple magic crystals has slowly condensed. CS escuchando esta novela en un canal distinto a mundo fanfic novelas, significa lo descarga and y subieron sinis fuerzos invitamos cordialmente a visitar nuestro canal. Mundo fanfic novelas all encontras la versión original de esta historia y podrás explorar muchas otras novelas de diversos narradores. Te esperamos para sumergirte en un mundo de novelas incredibles. Chapter 100 The Devil incarnates, and everyone is shocked. As the giant magic crystal gate condensed and formed, a pleasant system sound also sounded at the right time. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for completing the task! You have obtained the right to occupy the Gate of the Abyss. Finally. The Gate of the Abyss, which countless players in the previous life had been searching for years and dreaming of finding, officially belonged to Qin Yan's property. This is simply a very cool thing. And the most important thing is the demon blood potion blueprint in Qin Yan's hand, as well as the previously exploded magic crystal arrow tower building blueprint. The required abyss magic crystal fragments can finally meet the demand. So what I have to do next is to enter the abyss gate and then mine all the abyss magic crystals in the underground abyss. At this moment, Qin Yan's eyes were like torches. And this means that this unique and rare resource on the continent of the Empire era will be completely monopolized by me! Roar. Feeling Qin Yan's excitement, everyone at the scene, including Clay, cheered. Just at this time, a pleasant system sound came. Ding dong. Found Gate of the Abyss, please choose to destroy or enter. Destroy. How is that possible? But before entering, Qin Yan still has one thing to do. Demon incarnation. Opening the skill bar, Qin Yan chose to use the title skill of Lord of the Abyss. After all, the next place to enter is the underground abyss. No one can guarantee whether there will be other dangers hidden in it. It will not be wrong to take precautions in advance. At this time, as Qin Yan's voice fell, suddenly a terrifying light appeared. Endless scarlet light burst out from Qin Yan. This beam of light covered everything. The earth shook, but the wind stopped. Boom. 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 Pieces of ground collapsed, and terrifying magma sprayed out from it. At this moment, the wind and clouds changed color. Although it was not as terrifying as when Clay released the dark domain before, it was also very shocking. Roar. Accompanied by a roar from hell, an extremely strong arm stretched out from the ground. The arm was covered with cracks, but what flowed out was not blood, but boiling hot magma. Afterwards, the head and body of this 14th level abyss demon also quickly appeared in front of them. But seeing the face of this demon clearly, everyone, including Qin Yan, was stunned on the spot. Because the 14th level abyss demon that appeared in front of them was none other than Manareth, the former Lord of the Abyss, who was absorbed by the Hades ring in Qin Yan's hand. Supreme Lord. But just when everyone was surprised, the huge Manareth knelt down directly to Qin Yan. Whatever you ask, Manareth will serve you. At this moment, the whole audience was silent. Brian and his wolf riders, Trisna and the elf girls, Anna and the centaur she led, Short Hair, who was gathering the power of the vampires, and Clay, who had already condensed the black flame dragon spear, all stood there in amazement. This is a legendary boss. If Qin Yan had summoned only a slightly stronger high-level demon, Brian and the others would definitely not be so shocked, but Manareth is a 14th level abyss demon. How terrifying is the aura of a 14th level abyss demon? Judging from the previous encounter, even Clay, the queen of black dragons, was not sure that she could defeat Manareth. But now Manareth, such a powerful being, knelt down to their Lord Qin Yan without any hesitation. What a concept. Puff. Almost without any hesitation, everyone knelt down to Qin Yan at the same time, saying from the bottom of their hearts, Supreme Lord, we will always be loyal to you and will never betray you. Well, everyone get up. To be honest, Qin Yan was also very surprised. He did not expect that the demon incarnation skill attached to the title of Abyss Lord would summon the 14th level Abyss Demon, which would be Manareth, who had fought before. This is a legendary boss. Its comprehensive strength is even stronger than Clay, the queen of black dragons. But now such a terrifying killing weapon took the initiative to surrender to Qin Yan. Obey all the instructions issued by Qin Yan. What a great thing is this. Check the attributes. However, feeling the attention of everyone, for some reason, Qin Yan's mood was very calm, as if he had looked down on everything in the world. He just clicked on Manareth's attribute panel and checked it carefully. Manareth identity. Legendary boss. Race. Demon. Grade. 14th level leader. Level. LV 50 HP. 1,000,000. Magic value. 80,000 attack power. 4,000 6,000 offensive power. 4,000 attributes. Strength 2,300, Constitution 2300, Agility 2200, Intelligence 1900 Talent. Demon Skin. Can reduce a lot of damage. Talent. Frenzy Killing. Any attack will add a frenzy effect. Skills. Teleport, Hate Flame, Demon Rush, Hellfire Rain. Teleport. Directly shuttle through space and appear behind that target. Hate Flame. Any damage caused will ignite the target and cause continuous fire damage to it. Demon Charge. Hatred is the source of power for demons. When the rage cannot be restrained, the demons will directly charge at the target. The damage sustained in this state will be greatly reduced. Hellfire Rain. Forbidden spell skill, which can summon hellfire all over the sky, and the damage is beyond words. Title. Destroyer. Destroyer, can provide frenzy damage bonus for Manrith. Master. Qin Yan. Loyalty. 100 honor thunderbolts. Absolute obedience, remaining time. 174s. Existence time can be increased as the player's level increases. Description. Manrith is a violent demon full of desire for destruction, and has the terrifying power to destroy everything, and can even compete with the legendary dragon, but as a summoned creature, he adheres to the player Qin Yan's orders absolutely. It is worthy of being a legendary boss. After checking the attributes, Qin Yan couldn't help but sigh in his heart. Level up to level 50. HP is a full 1 million points. Attack and defense are all above 4,000 points, and the 4 basic attributes are also top-notch. Coupled with the forbidden spell level skill of Hellfire Rain, Manrith's lethality is comparable to destroying the world. This is the power of the legendary boss. Although the duration is only 3 minutes. But in these short 3 minutes, Manrith is enough to destroy the entire empire. Let's go. Qin Yan gradually calmed down, then slowly raised his arm and pointed to the gate of the abyss. March into the underground abyss. Chapter 101. Abyssal Magic Crystal, Crazy Mining. Enter the abyss. The moment Qin Yan gave the order, Manrith immediately arrived in front of the abyss gate. Buzz. A brilliant purple light flashed. The next moment, the huge body disappeared from the spot. Everyone, go in. The system did not send a battle prompt. Qin Yan was relieved and said, "There is no danger inside." Yes, Lord. The voice fell. Buzz. 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 The lavender light flashed one after another. Soon, the pleasant system sound rang in Qin Yan's ears. Ding dong. You have entered the abyss. Walking into the abyss, there was no dark sky as expected. On the contrary, it was bright in front of him. Clusters of pure and flawless lavender crystals flashed with gorgeous luster. The purple mist above the crystal clusters was dazzling. Abyss Magic Crystal Attribute. Magic crystal containing endless abyss energy inside. Description. Abyssal energy is presented in the form of crystals and is a very precious resource, but there are endless unknown secrets hidden behind it. Finally found it! Abyssal Magic Crystal. The scene in front of him made Qin Yan feel happy. Then, Qin Yan reached out and grabbed one of the clusters. When his fingers touched it, it was not as cold as expected. On the contrary, the magic crystal gave people a warm feeling, as if it contained life. Then, a pleasant system sound came. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Abyssal Magic Crystal Fragments 50! 50 Magic Crystal Fragments. When the voice came, Qin Yan couldn't help but smile with satisfaction. To make a bottle of Devil's Blood Potion, only 5 Abyssal Magic Crystal Fragments are needed. As a result, he grabbed 50 pieces with just a casual grab, and he could directly make 10 bottles of potions. In this area in front of him, almost all of it has been occupied by abyssal magic crystals. Deeper in the abyss, it is also extremely bright. The pale purple abyssal magic crystal clusters are all over the ground. There is no pressure at all to build a demon army. Master. At this time, Clay came to Qin Yan. I can feel that these crystals contain extremely powerful energy. You are right, Clay. Nodding, Qin Yan said, "The energy contained in these abyss magic crystals is enough to change the entire continent." So, Qin Yan immediately ordered, "Mine the abyss magic crystals immediately!" Yes, Lord. As soon as the voice fell. Suddenly, pleasant system prompt sounded in my ears. Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Abyss Magic Crystal Fragments 53! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Abyss Magic Crystal Fragments 49! Ding dong. Congratulations to the player for obtaining Abyss Magic Crystal Fragments 68! Pleasant system prompt sounded in succession. In the Lord Qin Yan interface, the number of Abyss Magic Crystal Fragments. It suddenly began to increase wildly at a speed visible to the naked eye. With enough Abyss Magic Crystal fragments, I can continuously produce Demon Blood Potion, and then transform all the human soldiers produced into Demon Blood, so that I can have an extremely large demon army. HP 150,000. Ding dong. It is detected that the player has met the production conditions of Demon Blood. Attack power 600-800 loyalty 100 honor thunderous. Lifelong follow. Then, a pleasant system prompt sound came. Ding dong. Congratulations to player Qin Yan, your subordinate Brian has successfully awakened and mutated into a 10th level soldier, Abyss Hellfire after drinking the Demon Blood Potion! Do you want to start production immediately? Soon, the potion was made. Skills. Abyss Magic Shield, Abyss Magic Flame, Demon Assault. When the voice came, Qin Yan nodded immediately without any hesitation. Produce immediately. Produce in batches. Attributes. Strength 300, Constitution 300, Agility 300, Intelligence 300 at the same time. In addition, the extremely lethal Magic Crystal Arrow Tower can also be built, so that the comprehensive combat power and overall foundation of Valor can be once again terribly improved. Brian description. As the first human black swordsman to drink the blood of the devil, Brian successfully awakened and mutated into a powerful demon warrior Abyssal Hellfire, with the ability to command the demon army. Of course, he is absolutely loyal to the player Qin Yan. Abyss Magic Shield. Bless yourself and your companions with an Abyss Energy Shield. Abyssal Flame. Condenses the energy at the abyss, causing heavy burning magic damage to all enemies in the front range. Bottles of Demon Blood Potion, which flashed scarlet luster but clearly visible black light, appeared in the Lord Qin Yan's space. Race. Demon. Rank. 10th level leader. Lord. Brian had already come to Qin Yan and knelt on one knee. Please allow Brian to drink first. Okay. Without refusing, Qin Yan took out a bottle of Demon Blood Potion from the Lord's space, and then watched Brian drink it in one gulp. His eyes were suddenly full of expectations. What kind of amazing changes will the demon blood that everyone dreamed of in the previous life bring? Plop. Plop. Just at this moment, the sound of heartbeats sounded in his ears. The sound was very weak at first, but soon it became like thunder, constantly coming out of Brian's body. At the same time, Brian's body also began to change. His skin gradually turned red, and the meridians originally hidden under the skin all expanded, and the red blood flowing in them gradually turned black, which made Brian look a little hideous and terrifying. But Qin Yan could feel it very clearly. Along with these changes, the breath emanating from Brian's body also surged at an extremely rapid speed. Roar. Until the end, Brian suddenly roared. The demon blood has awakened. Then, a pleasant system sound sounded at the right time. Defense power 600 weapon. Abyss Magic Sword. Attacks will add Abyss Energy, causing continuous curse damage. Master. Qin Yan. Ding dong. It is detected that the player has Demon Blood Potion. Magic points 30,000 identity. Abyss Hellfire. In this way, I can easily build Valor into an indestructible and invincible empire, and eventually become the supreme overlord of the new era that no one dares to disobey. At this moment, Qin Yan's eyes became extremely hot. Demon Assault. Transforms into a demon shadow, directly shuttles through space and appears behind the target, causing a fatal attack on the enemy's weak points. What Qin Yan wants is not an elite force of several hundred demon soldiers, but an invincible demon army of tens of thousands. Do you want to let the subordinates drink it immediately? Level. LV20. Produce 10,000 bottles. No, as long as there are enough Abyss Magic Crystal fragments, the Demon Blood Potion will be produced continuously. Talent. Demon Skin. Can reduce a large amount of damage received. Fin DS capture much as great as Pelagahasta El Final. No SE indeed all like Busgasms contended to exclusive OIXO in Medito. Siascrabata news Teropatrian. Rakurada, card alike, Siascripsino Donaking nos anima continues. Great as a todos nos vemos on Alpsmovdo.